Hey teacups, it's your girl Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are Teacup affiliates, Plez.
Hey.
Hey, my love, Plez. What is the lip color of the day?
It is a lipstick from MAC, a collection that they did with Tiana Taylor called A Rose in Harlem.
Oh, very nice. I just love how you support the culture in the lipsticks.
Yes, Black owns everything, even if it's a collaboration.
I love it. I love it. We also have Schoolboy in the building. Hey, Schoolboy. Hey, how you doing?
You know, it was enjoying this 67-degree weather, almost 70. Had on shorts again today.
Look, I told my boss today, you wouldn't have even thought that Sub-Zero was here last week, child.
They would have thought we was lying, you know. Praise God, though. Praise
It was
God.
hot.
We also have the Bishop in the building. Hey, Bishop.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. And we have Teacup affiliate out of the DMV, Marcella. Hey, Marcella.
Hey.
How are you? How's everybody?
Good.
Good. How you doing?
Good. I see our brother So Debonair in the chat. What up? How you doing, boo?
What's good? What's good?
Molly Mateen, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you. All right, y'all. Teacups. First and foremost, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button down below, okay? And if you already subscribed to the channel, I need you to bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups, on the agenda tonight, we are discussing Kandi Burruss, okay? I have some bad news from Miss Kandi, bad news. And also, Sheree Whitfield is marrying her prison bae, Tyrone Gilliams. Let's get into it.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
all right, y'all. So Kandi's baby daddy, Block, is spilling some tea on Miss Kandi girl, okay? Oh boy, she is not gonna like this, but that's what happens when you open a can of worms. Okay, talking about this man on the show, leave him alone. So now he is spilling all the tea. There he is right there. That's Block right there. Okay, for those that don't know, that's Block in his younger days. And here he is with his daughter Riley in her younger days. This is before the nose job, okay? When she was younger, much younger. All right, y'all. So as you may already know, Kandi is always finding ways to drag her baby daddy Block on Andy Cohen's Bravo reality show. According to Kandi, Riley's father is a deadbeat. That's what she says. She calls him a deadbeat, doesn't pay his child support. He's not in Riley's life. He's just a horrible person, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, Block is speaking out and telling his version of events. According to Block, he was a happily married man before Kandi came along. Block claims that Kandi was just a messy side chick who got pregnant, then tried to destroy his marriage. Child. Block says that Kandi called his wife and exposed their affair and hoping that would cause them to break up and get divorced. But child, it all backfired on Kandi. Kandi's messy, vindictive behavior caused Block's wife to hate her. And it did kind of cause some friction in his marriage, but he didn't get divorced until years later. Block is spilling all this tea in a new interview. And I'm going to go ahead and play that interview. Let me share my screen so we can see it. Yeah, I can see that.
So now, talk to me about when Block ENT is going crazy as hell and your phone is ringing off the damn chain and you dealing with this fame, money, and responsibility at the same time.
Oh, this shit right now, that ain't never stop.
Talk to me.
But they ain't never stop. It's like what you gotta do now is man, like prioritize, you know.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm gonna show you my age right now, boy. I got grandkids and all, nigga. So it's like, you know, so you gotta prioritize, and then you gotta know too, you know, once you raise your kids and you know, you gotta make sure that you raise them in a way where they come back to you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can raise a kid and say, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, because I talk with friends all day. You know, me and all my kids cool, you know.
Yeah.
You know, besides, you know, one-on-ones, you know, on Housewives, you know, shit. But, you know, but that's just something.
How you deal with your personal life being on TV, Block?
Well, you know, I'm tricked to be on that TV show. You know, because it's like this, like you know, and I'm gonna speak on this, like when I was dealing with Kandi, I already had a family. So that I had a daughter inside of it.
Yeah.
Then when you go behind my back and you call my girl at home and tell her you pregnant, you got to handle that beef yourself. So now my girl at home said, bitch, fuck you, and you ain't coming here. So now I'm caught up in the beef of, because what's right is I want to take care of my kid. That's my responsibility.
Yeah.
But if you choose to keep your kid over there and don't bring him over here, that's you. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to chase you at all.
Yeah.
Now, if you want me to put a check in the mail and do that, I did that for 14 years.
Yeah.
And when Riley turned 14, her mom was like, listen, I'm going to let you handle that a little bit. Y'all got a relationship. Y'all handle the business. Now, she was raised up hearing y'all beefing up with me, and she want to keep her relationship to herself. That's that.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I just don't jump through hula hoops with stuff like that. They just say never beat me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, raising kids is real simple when you gotta have, okay, to me, when your kids gonna live with you, it's always gonna be hard.
Yeah.
To raise the way you want to raise.
Yeah.
And especially the way I did with her.
Yeah.
There was some sideline shit, and it happened, and she got out of control. I got 4 kids by this one. Like, I'm not gonna go home and hear that bullshit over here. Hey, give me your money, but whenever you need me, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
Come on, I got you.
Yeah.
And that's how it is now. So now we just, you know, she 18 now. She going to college now, you know what I'm saying? I wish her well, I'm here for her. But with my other kids, I got 5 more kids. I got 4 by 1 girl and 1 by my wife now. So it's like, you know, all my kids stay with me.
Yeah. So
raising kids and going to the music business, you most definitely got to have a backbone to say, you know what? I got this at the house. You got to live it. If you go back and forth with that shit, you'll never make it. You got to be focused.
Talk to me about staying focused all this time, though, Block, because, I mean, you've been in the game running fast for a long time. So, were there ever any down times where you were like, hey, Shorty, this shit for me? Or was you just always pushing through? What the hell?
Well, you know what I did, like, around 2000. Okay, so I popped around 2011, 2012. I want to raise my kids.
Yeah.
I was to raise my kids as thoroughly as I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I told Puff, I said, listen, you know, because I had, you know, so I was with Puff for 14 years in Atlanta. 14 years. I was like, you know what? Let me just back up. And I'm going to create me like a little management company, like a lifestyle management company.
Yeah.
Where I can just keep my relationship going. But artist-wise, I want to just start raising my kids. So, you know, that's what I did for the last 5 years. So then I said, you know what? Around 2018, 2019, I said, okay, man, cool, man, time to come on back. Yeah, you know, like I did with the dabble with it to keep our relationships going.
Yeah.
I help Ross with Maybach, I help this person, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, you got to balance yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in the game 26 years, thank God, you know what I'm saying, alhamdulillah. And I still matter.
Yeah.
I still sign deals. Labels call me every day. I still consult a lot of shit. So it's kind of like you gotta really, really like balance yourself where you don't do too much and now they don't want you back.
Yeah.
I know some people to present, but don't think too much. They don't give a damn if you want back. But then I see some people that really didn't have their shot.
Yeah.
And I think should have their shot.
All right, y'all. Please sound off. What are your thoughts on Block and his statements on Kandi Burruss?
You know what I always say about me and like Block, he's trash. He said it on tape. At least he admits it. Kandi was definitely wrong for going to his girlfriend, whatever she was, long-term girlfriend, baby mama. He didn't really say what the lady was, his wife, if that's what she was, on paper at the time, because that wasn't for her. I don't understand why people do that. If you engaged in a situation knowing he already was spoken for, however he was spoken for, there's no reason to call the woman and say, "Hey, I'm pregnant." You call your baby daddy, you work
Right.
that out with him, and that's what you do. But his whole demeanor showed through when he said, "I'm not running behind you." You don't run behind Kandi, but you should run behind your child. And to blame Riley, who was the child, for the lapse in their relationship shows you how immature he is. I've watched the show since the beginning, and children will always speak their mind. Riley was always very clear that her dad would make promises to her to come see her, to pick her up, to spend time with her, etc., and he would fall through. Ultimately, if you really want to be involved in your child's life, you go to court, you get visitation. Now, what I don't like in most states, like here in Louisiana, um, if you put somebody on child support, you don't automatically get visitation. Visitation is a separate case. So I think if a man is ordered to pay child support, you should be given visitation in the same um, case, because it does deter people from coming back and forth, especially people in our community. They don't want the man in their business per se. And so it is a deterrent. However, I don't care what amount of paperwork or how many court cases you have to go through. Nothing should be a deterrent to a dedicated father. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like that Kandi consistently brings him up, but it is her right to pursue child support that she's owed. And honestly, we don't know if it's real or not, but again, on camera, Riley was the one who wanted her money. And seeing what I've seen of Riley through these years, I can believe that Riley wants her money. Um, it's just sad. For me, it's always a bigger picture because I see these kind of cases play out all the time. And the only person who truly suffers in the end is the child. So I
Yeah.
want Riley and hopefully Block to heal their relationship, but it's going to start with him taking ownership. It is not just the outside woman. He laid down and made a baby too. He had unprotected sex. So we need to stop just beating up women in these situations. He knew he was in a relationship as well.
Mm-hmm. Just for clarification, he was married. Kandi knew that. And someone asked, what's his occupation? He's a music executive where he produces music and that kind of thing and recruits talent and does A&R. And he worked at Atlantic Records with Diddy, like he said. So he was big time.
So is he remarried? Because he said he had more with
No,
one
well, he
lady.
divorced that wife. He had 4 kids with her. And he has now he has a baby mama, and he had another child with another woman, some Jamaican girl that was an artist. They appeared on the show, him and that girl, the Jamaican girl, a couple of seasons ago. Remember, he was on there, and the girl was, she had some lines. She was talking on the show. I forgot her name, but it's a pretty interesting dynamic. I didn't like when he said that. I'm not chasing after no one. That's your child. I don't care how many court cases you have to go to and go through to get visitation. Just do it, because that's your baby. At the end of the day, schoolboys, sound off. What are your thoughts?
Damn, can I get some subtitles? I didn't even know what the hell he was saying. That was like listening to Jocelyn Hernandez. I was like, I need some. Give me some subtitles at the bottom.
Georgia accent. Mm-hmm.
No, y'all just talk too fast down here in the South. And then when people talk fast, I feel like you're scamming. Just scamming, sir. My dad did the same thing with me. I'm 34. 30 days from today is my 35th birthday. He never paid child support. I mean, my mom got 10-cent checks in the mail, 10-cent
Wow.
checks. He would work 6 months and then he would quit his job. And my dad chose not to be because of his own mother wanted to control him. So he let his mama control him, mama's boy, you know.
Wow.
And he didn't do his part. My stepdad never said you couldn't come visit. He never said hey, dude, we want you to be active. He just chose not to. And so when I got to Riley's age and I finally did meet him, was like the first time since I was like 3 years old. And then I had at that time, then I found out I had a sister out of nowhere. She was 11. So, and he's never done for neither one of us. So my thing is, I understand Riley's plight, you know, and wanting your money. Mm-hmm. But there comes a point in time where you just know your parents ain't, and so you just got to let it go. And just know that you're not gonna get the money. It's not like and don't get me wrong, this sounds you know, petty, but it's not like she lived in like projects or you know, a bad abode of life. She's had a better life than most kids, and I mean, hell, she had a Porsche at 16. You know, so I mean, she hasn't had a bad life. I do understand the man owes the money, but at this point in juncture in her life, I mean, if Kandi ain't pressed for it, then I mean, where's the court documentation that she wants the money? I mean, that's my thing. If you really want the money, quit bringing it up on the show. Take that Negro to court and get your money. If that's what you really want to do, that's what conflicts me about Kandi, because I don't really understand that you know, dynamic there. But you know, and in some states, once you get to a certain age, it's that they don't pursue it no more. They let it go because by then they done took your license. They done took everything. So, you know, 9 times out of 10, you just riding around legal anyway. So what's the point? It doesn't matter after a while because they're not going to pursue it anymore when they got so many other people. You know, I just, you know, at the end of the day, I know she wants him to take responsibility, but man, that man old. He ain't going to take no responsibility. And to say that, oh, it's not my fault, I should run after my kid. I hate when parents say that because it's not the child has nothing to do with the situation. And this is why I say women should not get in these side chick situations and get pregnant by men that got other stuff, because you can control that just as much as he can control that. There's all kinds of stuff for that. That way the kids in the middle don't suffer. And this is another situation where a kid suffers because of bad choices. But hey, you know, Kandi do what she want to do. I mean, if you want your 90,000, ma'am, take them to court. That's all I can say.
Marcella, what are your thoughts?
My thought is Block is ignorant, because I'm gonna tell you something. At the same time he was married to this woman, he made his wife a side chick. He's not taking responsibility that he went out there and had intercourse without a condom that made the baby. And then Kandi was working for Block. So he was not giving her.
They were working together. They worked together. Like they were producing music together. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. They worked together. And then what's so funny, when he said he ain't going to run after a kid, you was running after a kid when you was running after Kandi. That's one. And two, the child that you had with her, if you are embarrassing your child right now, you making a public statement and your daughter is in college, people in Atlanta know about you, and you sitting up here, you're not embarrassing Kandi, you embarrassing your child, and your child has to keep taking that rejection, meaning no matter what her mama was telling her, you were supposed to be present to change her thoughts, and he didn't do that. So every girl he got with, they all were side chicks, even the one he put a ring on her finger, that she was a side chick because he was out there doing his thing. When he's supposed to be producing, he was producing children and not with his wife. So that he is sickening. He's sickening as a father. I'm telling you, he didn't want to be in his child's life, and look at her growing up. And you know what? Sometimes children like Riley have daddy issues. Then we start having problems with them. But Kandi should have went after Block a long time ago. Why she had the millions and before she had the millions. She just didn't want to deal with him, and she sat up there patting her tears and crying and telling her daughter, your dad don't want to be with you. That's why Riley has this feeling against her father. But Block also helped her manifest those feelings by not chasing after his daughter.
Well said. Bishop, what are your thoughts? Your screen's a little blurry, boo.
It is? Okay. I don't know what's going on. I've been looking at it. My thing on this is shame on him for not, pursuing custody like he should have legally. And shame on her for trying to use this as a storyline, because this is real life. This is not, it's not like a joking matter. And I know Riley is money hungry. She get it from her mother. So it's not shocking. And I want to keep it all the way 1,000. Kandi didn't raise her. Mama Joyce raised her. So she was without two parents.
Thank you for saying that. I got chewed up in the chat because people swear they know so damn much. Kandi was constantly on the road, and Mama Joyce raised Riley. I mean, for those that know. Thank you for saying that. Like, they go in there, oh, you don't know what you talking about. Mama Joyce didn't raise Riley. Yes, she did raise Riley. Yeah.
Because you remember Riley said when Kandi was pregnant, and she's like, oh, we think about having another one. She's like, huh? And she like, you gonna leave with the grandma? Like, she knew Mama Joyce was a mess, but Mama Joyce is really her mama. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, folks can be mad at Block, and they can do the Block hate train, but Kandi just maintained Riley. She didn't raise Riley; she maintained her.
Right.
It's a big difference between raising and maintaining. Right. And they both need to be held accountable for what they both did. So if y'all want to bring a child into this world, y'all need to raise the child together.
Absolutely. All right, so here are my thoughts on the whole situation. I've been saying this for a while because I think it's pretty disgusting. Of course, Kandi don't need the money. Is she entitled to it because she had Block on child support? Sure. But I feel she's bringing this child support, Riley's daddy, and all this other stuff to the screen for the main purpose of a storyline. And that's what bothers me. If you're that concerned about the money to this point, do it offline. But there's no official court case that's filed. She's just doing this for a storyline. She's not doing it because she really cares and wants, Block to pay what he owes. And he said in that video that he was paying child support up until Riley was 14. He said that. Kandi made it seem like he was a complete deadbeat. He didn't pay anything. Another thing I feel on this situation. If you don't want the kind of baby daddy like Block, don't lay down and have babies with somebody like Block. You really need to, as women, because we are carrying these children, and a lot of times the burden of raising these children fall on the mother. We should really think twice about who we have babies with. And if you're sleeping with a married man, knowing that he's not a full-time fiance, boyfriend, or husband, then you should expect the fallout from that. And it's going to obviously fall on your child as well. Okay. Kandi has to take some accountability for that. You can't be sleeping with a married man, and then when you get pregnant, you're mad and you're calling his wife and trying to break up his marriage because you feel some fantasy in your head that he's going to come and be with you and your child. That's ridiculous. It really, really is. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. When people show you who they are, believe them. Yeah. So what? She was supposed to do abort? No, of course not. I hate abortion. I don't believe in abortion at all because it is you're murdering a child, essentially, a life. So no. But what I'm saying is, when you do lay down, take sex very seriously. Especially if you're going to have unprotected sex, because what can happen when you have unprotected sex. A baby, STDs. It's, sex is a very, it's a risky thing. It's an important thing. It's not something you take lightly. So no, of course not abort the child. Give me a break. Where'd you get that? Kandi doesn't care about the money, but Riley wants to pursue the child. No, Riley doesn't want to. Riley has all her needs met. Riley was driving around $100,000 Porsche SUV or Bentley SUV. That's what it was. Yeah. No, all of Riley's needs are met. She wears Fendi and Louis Vuitton all the time. Very, very risky thing, but never abort. Like Monica said, no, don't abort. If you don't want the baby, put it up for adoption. That's a better option. Yeah, believe everything you see and hear. Well, it's now, I've been hearing it for years. It's not new, you know.
Let me say something, Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the comments said that y'all act like Kandi couldn't balance work and raising Riley. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of real mothers out here that got 4 children and don't even live like Kandi, and they manage to work and raise their children on getting babysitters and everything. Some of that time, y'all, Kandi was learning how to master the dungeon. She was out there partying while her mama was raising that child. So don't sit up here and think that we are bashing Kandi. Because if Kandi was really concerned about how Riley felt about that $90,000, write the check for your daughter and tell her to go on. That's what you do. You got the $90,000 off the interest of the money you already got. Just give your daughter the $90,000. You done put this in her head where when you tell her she can't have something, are you gonna say your daddy didn't pay child support? A lot of that, y'all know that Kandi is a workaholic and she's doing it right now with her kids that she's had. That's why Ace is crying when she's gone. That's why her husband is saying you're always working. Kandi don't work for the money. She works to be on her own life, doing her own thing. Her family is raising those children.
Riley said it. Riley said, well, why do you want to have another baby? You're never here. How do you know it's unprotected sex? Well, regardless if it was or if it wasn't, a baby was produced. Sex in itself is a risky behavior. So, condoms do come off. So I don't know if it was unprotected, but likely it was. I mean, in my opinion, abortion is wrong. You guys can do whatever you want out there. As I see some comments, don't be judgmental, blah, blah, blah. But don't judge me. I don't feel abortion is right. And I don't feel it's right that you should judge me that I don't feel abortion is right. Go kill your babies, do whatever you want. I don't care. That's none of my business. Yeah, but it is, at the end of the day, it is killing a baby. Let's just keep it 100. Let's not sugarcoat stuff on this channel. Let's not do that, okay? Kandi works because it's her default. That's not right to judge a woman for wanting to work. Nobody's judging her. But at the same time, you can't go on tour and you can't be in Chicago filming the chai and doing all this stuff if you're working. If you can't raise a family and do it at the same time. Some women can. If you take your children everywhere with you and you have a tutor and that kind of thing. But Kandi's not doing all that. Her kids cry. They want mommy at home. All right, y'all. Any more comments on Block and Kandi and abortion and unprotected sex? Just chime in.
No, I just, I caution people. Well, I can't caution people. You think what you want. I just don't like saying absolving him. And that's how it somewhat comes off of, if she's owed the money, she's owed the money. He's the deadbeat. And why I don't like it is because I see this in a regular man argument all the time where women bash other women. Not saying that that's what you're doing, Monica, but where women say, well, I raised all mine on my own. I didn't go for child support. That's your dumb ass.
Mm-hmm. No,
that is money that your child, that money wasn't for you. That was money for your child. So your child had a lesser quality of life, possibly, because yes, mama can hustle and turn a nickel into 45 cents or however you say it, but you shouldn't have to. At the end of the day, 2 people laid down, 2 people made a baby. So don't say what one woman shouldn't do. Just say you wouldn't do it. But to say it's not her right to pursue this money, no, it is. It absolutely is. Even if she only gets it and puts it in a trust for Riley until she's 30. Block it's not like Block is over there on unemployment. He's sitting here on the interview bragging about how he's been in the game for 20-something years. He's still a music producer. So she better than me because his wages would have been garnished. Every royalty, everything that he getting would have been funneled over to my child for her tuition, for whatever she wants, for another business that she want to set up in her name, for whatever. So yes, Kandi is making way more money than most of us probably ever could. I guess I just don't like when the message kind of trickles down to other people and women are saying, well, I only get $500. I only get $200 a month. Look, it's based off of what the spouse makes. So, I mean, I guess you can be mad at her because she slept with somebody who made a bunch of money, but you can't. What's what's small change to you might be big to another person. So that's all I'm saying. The moral of the story is, do not struggle and hustle and raise children by yourself and let the other parent get off scot-free. Now, should you lose sleep over it at night? No. But go through the courts, take whatever steps you can. They will garnish their wages if the person doesn't dodge work and quit working, or they'll, go through the other steps. But I think that that's her right, and I think that if Riley was on camera saying she wants the money, so go for it.
Well, yeah, and I was saying let Kandi write the check and then Kandi keep going after Block. Give Riley the money so that will be pressure off of her so she can continue her education. And then Kandi need to go after Block and get her money back. But give Riley her money up front. And guess what? I tell you what, he wouldn't even be living in that house. I would be trying to have them put a hold on that house, liquidate everything he got to get my money.
Well, I definitely feel that, I'm sorry, schoolboy.
No,
I definitely
go ahead.
feel that Block being on child support is the right thing because he fathered that child regardless. All I'm saying is using it for a storyline when you really don't even care about the child support in my head, and from what I perceive, it's just ridiculous. Because when you start bringing up his name on the show, he's going to retaliate and say things too. I mean, just do it, but keep it off the show. Don't use it for a storyline because you have nothing else. Is my thing.
This aspect of let me reiterate this for people that this is all of our own opinions. This is what we feel. Y'all can't come in here and tell us how we need to feel about a situation. And at the end of the day, these are two grown people who laid down with each other and they knew what the situation was. And I'm quite sure with 3,000 people in this room, some of y'all have laid down in these same situations and have had children. All we are saying is that when you're responsible, before you lay down and you know what it is, make sure you protect yourself, condoms, birth control, and all these other things, so that you understand that when you come out in situations on the other end of the side, and then the wife and all of this and that and the third, and there's not all of this, the person who hurts in the middle of this is the child. Riley is toe up over this, and the last person I ever saw her be even close with was AJ, and then he got murdered. And then Todd came along, and she's never had a connection. And I understand everybody's hollering, it's Riley's money, it's Riley's money, it's Riley's money. Riley was a minor when the money was coming in. Kandi has to be the one to go pursue that money for Riley. Like Ms. Marcella said, the best thing that Kandi can do is give her the $90,000, and then she go to court and battle back and forth with the money. Y'all need to understand this. It's not that deep. These people are not in, we don't know them personally. We're just giving our opinion. But at the same time, look at it in reality and not that, oh, one is rich and they've had all this lifestyle. Look at it in terms of everyday life. Because at the same time, it don't matter. She's the girl's 18. And at this point, like I said, some states choose to keep pursuing it. Some states let it go at a certain point because there's not. They don't want to keep going after it because there's other people in the same situation. So if the girl wants the money, all she got to do is tell the moment to go down to the court and file the paperwork and pursue it. If it's that important. And then if Kandi wants to soothe her daughter, give her the $90,000. It's not like she ain't gave her $10,000 and $20,000 at birthdays at a time anyways. So, I mean, I don't understand this rhetoric of getting upset with people because they don't see something your way. Y'all gotta understand that that's we're allowed to have our own opinion.
And can I step in when you saying that, schoolboy? The problem is that we're not running with the narrative that main society want us to run with. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to have our own opinions and own thoughts on certain situations come from a certain walk of life. So if we're not rolling with the supposed to be the narrative that people want us to run with, then it's like, oh no, you're wrong. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a machine, and I'm not something that can be downloaded into because you don't like the way I think. We're all going to have different opinions. We're going to have different thought process because we all come from different walks of life. Now, I don't understand the whole child support thing because I was never a child of that needed child support because I had both of my parents. But that's not to say that's not someone else's story where it meant something to them and they didn't receive it and their mother struggled or their father struggled. So I don't know that story. So, people need to kind of roll back and kind of understand that we're talking about it from different point of views, but we're talking about it from an intelligence standpoint as well. We're looking at it from all angles. And from my angle, is always going to be the same thing. I'm sorry, Kandi didn't raise Riley. She maintained Riley. And if you want to keep it 100, both of them did that girl a disservice because the girl has low self-esteem and she changed her nose. The girl was beautiful before that ugly nose change. And I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings. Sorry, not sorry. She looks worse. And I'm so sorry that her self-esteem feel like she need to change her nose. And I know what that money's for. It's for her to do more changes. Mm-hmm. Let's keep that real too. That $90,000 ain't all for school. It's to change her looks because she don't like what she sees.
Right. And I want to tell you, Block. Let's talk about the father's responsibility. Y'all don't understand. Block's responsibility was not to cheat on his wife.
Yes.
Block's responsibility was not to mess with a child because Kandi was a child. Block's responsibility was to raise his daughter. And guess what? We're not saying that Kandi was a bad mother. We're saying that, you get caught up, infatuated with somebody, you sleeping with the boss, you sleeping with the people you working with, and you have a baby. Her calling the wife, guess what? He didn't care, and the wife believed everything Block said because Kandi got cussed out instead of her cutting her losses right then and there. If this wife had another child coming into her husband's life, and she didn't encourage him to go over there, do this with your daughter. She didn't encourage that. Block has a major responsibility, and the fault started with Block first because he cheated on his wife. That he took a vow to love, to honor, and not to commit adultery. He did that. But now that you got a daughter, and y'all, Riley got a little bit of issues. I don't know what it is, but it might be low self-esteem. Kandi tries to encourage her to smile, and Kandi nurtured her. But guess what? When Kandi was on the road, the grandmother, and if you don't believe me, Riley got mad at her mother for wanting to marry Todd and moved down to the house with her grandmother because she felt comfortable being down there. It's when she had Ace, she came back to be with her family because of Ace. And when she was leaving for college, Ace was crying because that was his mother figure.
So how old was Kandi when she had Riley? That's my question. Because I want to say she was of age. She was in her 20s.
Yeah, she was in her 20s.
She was about 24 because she's 42, 43 now.
About 20.
And how old was Block?
He was like 27 or 28. I thought he was.
They both were of age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll spill a little bit of my own tea right here. So, we all will always have our own perspectives. I am a Riley for all intents and purposes. I am an outside child, as they like to say in the South. The difference is my daddy did what men should do. I look just like him. I'm named after him. He stood up. He took responsibility. I am the youngest of 7 children. 8 children. He had 1 before his marriage, 6 with his wife, and then me. And I am 14 years younger than all of my siblings on my mom's side and on my dad's side. My mom put him on child support. He paid his child support. In fact, his wife wrote out the check every month because she wrote out the checks for all the household bills. That was another household bill, but we come from a very small town in the South. It was kind of common knowledge. So yeah, when men make choices and those choices relate to children, I believe a man should step up and do what the man did, because he also made the choice to step out on his marriage. But I have, friends and some family who were the same thing that I am, and their fathers didn't. And I can definitely see the difference in when the father, like I always make the analogy of Terrell Owens, his father literally was right across or down the street from him, but he was a married man and he refused to acknowledge. So just think, you see somebody every day and people tell you that's your daddy, but they won't acknowledge you at all. And he is forever stunted in his growth. So I always tell my father, I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful that he did what a lot of men in his position would not do. But I also saw a lot of the hate that my mom would get around town. And to my extent, even through my own healing and therapy, I realized that I put a lot of blame on her as well, when really that's not fair. And it's horrible that society does this thing where the woman has to wear the scarlet letter, although it's a known fact that the man is in these streets. I love my father, but he was just not the type of man who was just going to be married. He was always going to have a woman. It just was what it was. Before my mom, it was somebody else. After my mom, it was somebody else. So Block strikes me as that type of person. But to say that he didn't even want to be involved in his own child, or he felt that trying to pursue a relationship with his child was chasing her, that's a problem for me, especially for a dad, not just a dad with a daughter, any child. Y'all, children need fathers. So to Monica's point, as much as you can help it, yes, condoms break, yes, birth control fails, but as much as you can help it, please don't have children. Now we got plan B. You don't believe in abortion? Cool. If the birth control messed up some type of way, go get you a plan B. You don't even have to ask the pharmacist for it anymore. It's right there on the aisle. Because I will say, growing up in this is not an easy. I'm not happy or proud of the decision that either of my parents made, but I'm here and I got to deal with it. So if you can help it, don't do it. Right. Just make better choices if you can, the best ones you can. And if you make a mistake or a child comes, do right by your children. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is important who you decide to make children with. And condoms do break, and, unexpected things do happen, and birth control fails. But having a child is such an important decision, because that's a human being, a life. And what we do as parents affects that person, that human being's entire life. And how you handle things in life and how you view things and your decision-making process, it's a lot. It's a lot. I just want to address this Philly Ladies B, this Karen here. I just wanted to address her. It always seems Monica doesn't watch the shows before talking about them. Honey, are you smoking something, baby? I mean, what show are we talking about? What are you talking about? Please let me know. Moderators, can you handle her? Please deal with her.
Close your legs, the married man, Miss Philly. Close your legs. Close your legs, the married man, Philly B.
What's that movie that not Denzel Washington, that other fine black man, that drug movie? It's a classic where he goes, cancel that bitch. What's that movie?
Oh.
New Jack
City,
my favorite. Cancel that bitch. What are you talking about, girl? Get your shit together, please. I've been drinking tonight, y'all, so just excuse me if I seem a little.
I like this, Monica.
I've been drinking.
I like this, Monica.
I want to address just a few super chats. Ronell, thank you so much for the super chat. Didn't Kandi file for that money already? According to Kandi on the show, but I looked it up. There's nothing down at Fulton County, honey. There's nothing, not one filing. So who knows?
So he's all paid up then. She's just making up something, it sounds like.
Well, I mean, you have to go back to court and refile papers and stuff, and then the government takes action. The Department of Child Support will take action, but they haven't. So who knows, child? That's what I'm saying. Stop using that stuff for a storyline. Just do it
Right.
off camera if you're going to do it. Stout, aka the professor. Thank you, Monica. Kandi should have kept this off TV. She wanted to use it as a storyline. That's the real embarrassment to Riley. I don't even think Riley cares. They all just seem so money hungry. Riley, Kandi, Mama Joyce.
Mama Joy.
All Riley knows is just pay me my money. But she is owed the money. I get it, but it's just too tawdry.
Let me say this: Riley cares, but what happens with most young women? When they're broken like that, they turn hard.
Yeah.
So money is now comfort to her, which her mother should never allowed that to happen. You know, she should have kept the father as good as possible in her eyes. Because I have cousins where they had issues, but the mom she couldn't stand the daddy too much because they divorced, but she never spoke ill of him. Now Kandi strikes me as a girl that speak ill of the dad in front of the child, which we've seen it on the show, and I'm like, ma'am, I wouldn't say that type of stuff, even though it's on TV, but it's like, ma'am, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, regardless of what you and the father of your child are going through or have been through, don't put that on the child. A child shouldn't know, that the father's a deadbeat. He ain't shit. I hate that. That really bothers me. It really does.
Well, to a
In
degree,
my
you see how
opinion-
Riley talks to her mama. She talks to her just so condescending and nasty, and you could tell
Yes.
that she uses the fact that Kandi has not been there as a way to dag Kandi in, and Kandi gives her whatever she wants, and that's something that Todd has peaked. But he did for his reasons too. But I'm just saying. But he sees it too. Like, dang, why you keep giving this girl any and everything she wants? And that's a problem, because I'm gonna tell you right now, she's gonna get caught up with some man just like her daddy.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. She is treating Todd the same way. She feeds him with money. That's why she keeps letting him open up all these lame businesses, failures, taking her money because she desires to keep working. And she pacifies Todd. But guess what? That's gonna be a bad thing. That's gonna be a bad thing.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have children, but they don't know how to parent. Okay. Parenting a child is a totally different thing than just giving birth. Because you gave birth to someone doesn't make you a mother, or because you laid down and came in a woman doesn't make you a daddy. There's a lot more to it than that. People don't get that part. And it's sad. And at the end of the day, it's the children that it all falls back on. They're the victims. They're the real victims in all of this stuff. And that's why I want Kandi to leave it off. If you for real about it, which I don't think she is, leave it off of TV. Okay, just go on and do it privately, but she has nothing else. Nothing else. And I just wanted to recognize a few super chats. So Debonair, the moral of the story is remember the lunchbox. Beautifully animated. Thank you so much for the super chat. Plez, I'll tell you what, I told my brother, I don't care how you got here. I'm glad you're here in my life. You were meant to be here. Hearts. Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And praise God, because she's a beautiful and smart woman. I bet you the best child that he got. Let me stop. Let me don't say that. But you know what I'm saying, Plaz, right? You probably are the most successful one out of all of them, right? It's always like that, though. When you hear,
all of my siblings are doing great.
Aw, that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
They are.
So are you close to them? You have a relationship with them too?
Oh, it's up and down. I didn't really go around them until I was maybe about 14 or 15. But his wife was always very nice to me. She bought me my first leather coat. She bought me like a long old school leather coat, trench coat, baby, from Mac Ray's back in the day. The South is very different, especially the Deep South. It was just, as much as I hate to say it, it was just kind of what happened back then. Like once I got old enough to know what it was, they never had words. I never saw them interact negatively with each other.
That's nice.
And my father was probably involved with my mother till I was about 13 or 14. So It was a long-term thing. He was always involved around in my life, even when she finally got the strength to break it off. I love my daddy to this day, like he's still active and involved in my life. He's been at all my graduations, all my bar licensings. Yeah, like he didn't, I'm in the wheel. He didn't, he stepped up and did what he had to do. And his wife, unfortunately passed away, but when she was alive, she was always good. So my siblings, we get along. But of course I know I'm human, right? And I know I always try to put myself in other people's shoes. So I know that just looking at me sometimes can be hard for some of them. But for the most part, it's always embracing good. We make decisions now for him because he's getting, elderly and old. So I love him to death. And I thank them for always being gracious to me. So
that's nice.
We love you too, players. You got sisters up here, girl.
Thank you. I love y'all too.
I'm not a sister, but yeah, we love you.
Yeah. Bishop, like, let's be clear. Let's be clear.
I'm not a sister now.
Yeah, Terrell Owens' daddy lived right across the street. I mean,
right across.
It's just, crazy in the South. Let me acknowledge a few more super chats because they're coming in fast and furious. That was so nice, beautifully animated, by the way. That was a very nice message. Interracial perspective. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's about to be a read when Monica starts off with saying, let me address this comment real quick. Cancel that bitch. Anyway. Oh, my goodness. Shirley, thank you so much for the super chat. Monica, I love you. Great panel. I love you too, Shirley. Thank you. That's very sweet. Stephanie, for you, thank you so much for the super chat. Kandi knows what Kandi was taught. Yeah, you only do as good as you're taught, Oh, my goodness. Tell me about it. And in her mind, money is a solution to the problems. Throw a Bentley truck or Porsche SUV or a house at Mama Joyce or businesses at Todd, and it shuts them up, So.
And also dig a little deeper. Remember, Kandi, she found out the whole true story about her real father. You remember when at her wedding?
Yeah.
And how the aunties who we know now as sweet OGs, they ran that man off along with Mama Joyce. So, I'm saying, we never know what they did to Block to run him off. And after a while, they be like, you know what? I don't feel like you have to deal with this anymore. Am I saying it's right? No, I'm not saying it's right. But,
right.
Don't strike me as I'm strong and independent. I don't need you, ninja. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm. They will teach Kandi how to run a man off, too. They'll gang up. They're a gang, literally,
Hurt people. And, I mean, based on these comments, a lot of y'all, I would suggest.
I don't think people are necessary. They don't listen. They hear what they want to hear. I had a few people come in my inbox. Well, not a few, just one person come to my inbox and said she didn't like my opinion on the Bell Collective recap, and she said that I was a slave. All kinds of stuff. I was just like, girl, okay, you got it. You good. Okay, you have a great day. Blocked. I ain't got time for it. I really don't. So feel free. Leandra Williams, I'm so confused. But people don't want men to take care of their kids.
Huh? Oh, that happens now. But
we're talking about, Marcella, we're talking about specifically what we've talked about on this panel, I guess. Did we say that? I don't remember us saying that.
Baby, were you listening to the show? Do you need some prayer? Do I need to get a prayer cloth and some oil for some of these
Maybe
people?
I said that. I don't know. Did I say I don't want men to take care of their kids? Did I say that? Did y'all hear that?
I love it when people put stuff in your mouth, that you didn't even say.
I didn't say. I don't know. Maybe our communication style just, I don't know. Yeah.
Reading comprehension.
This chat is slower than the chat on YouTube. The chat on YouTube is much faster. So I'm reading both. Oh my goodness. And these are like way behind. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up. All right, should we keep this party going? Vanessa Camgate, thank you so much for the super chat, as well as, okay, Ronell, didn't Kandi file for that money already? Did I read that one? I think I did. No. She hasn't. She said she did on the show. Yeah, this chat is way behind. Okay, so let's keep this thing moving. Up next is Sherelle and her prison bae, Tyrone Gilliam's child. Look at them there. Look at them there. Ain't they something?
They need to get on Love at the Lockup. Watch them on Fridays. That'd be so ratchet.
Look at them there. Okay. So reports have come in that Tyrone, the fraudster, because he went to prison for fraud, was released from prison. He's living in a halfway house in Philly. And him and Sheree have reunited and, reunited. And it feels so good. Yeah, they back together, y'all. Yeah. Okay. So sources have confirmed that Tyrone was released into a halfway house. Sources being the federal database, basically. And he's in Philly. Well, he'll serve the remainder of his sentence. And now that he's out of the big house, Tyrone and Sheree are moving forward with their wedding plans. Okay. Media Takeout spoke with a source very close to Sheree, who tells them the two are already planning a wedding. The insider explained that Sheree and Tyrone are soulmates. It happens sometimes. When a man's in prison, he don't got nothing but time on his hands, right? Some women prefer to be in relationships with men in prison because you have that man's undivided attention. He calls you every day. Several times a day, always wants to know what you're doing. He's completely invested in you. The phone sex is amazing. He writes you beautiful love letters and poems, right? Yeah, okay. I know some of y'all out there can relate. Sounds like a real interesting storyline, if you ask me. Maybe Sheree's coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? And she can use this storyline to her advantage. Everybody loves a prison story, love story. Tyrone was convicted of wire fraud for stealing more than $5 million from investors. I think he ran a Ponzi scheme. He was sentenced to 10 years back in 2013. He's a former basketball player who attended Penn State. So he's tall and nice, essentially stole millions, like I said, by running a Ponzi scheme, then used that money to live a lavish lifestyle. He bought luxury cars, jewelry, even through extravagant parties and events where a lot of celebrities came. And that's probably what attracted Sheree to him, that lifestyle. In addition to the 10-year prison sentence, Tyrone also faces 3 years of supervised release once he is officially out, off of being probation or whatever it is, conditional release. Additionally, he was ordered to make restitution in the amount of $5 million and to forfeit $5 million according to FBI records. Let's dive into this. Plez, what are your thoughts? They make a nice couple, though. They look good together, don't they? Mm-hmm. They do. Mm-hmm. You can't relate?
No. In my younger years, I definitely liked a street dude. I'm a fan of the thug love, or I used to be, but never that far. Never one that was actually like in prison. Cause I'm not a ride or die like that, baby. My ride gonna die real quick. Soon as them bars close, no, I don't put money on books. I don't take no collect calls. I'm not coming to see you. No. Particularly since the reformation part of prison is really lacking. Prison is supposed to be for reform, child, but really they just go in there and learn more hustles. And keep the hustle going with them contraband cell phones, honey. They be hustling from prison. You ain't learned no lessons, sir. I got licenses. I have things. I can't lose those things that I've worked for you. So look, Sheree can do so much better. And I hope, Monica, are you just speculating? They can't add her back. Y'all can't raise Roa from the dead with Sheree. Now, I liked Who Gonna Check Me, Boo. But when she came back the last time, it was horrible. That's why she only lasted 1 or 2 seasons. I don't want to see her back as the bone collector. Because that's literally all she was doing, sitting at tables, running from conversation to conversation to carry it back to somebody else. That's why she served no purpose. No, I don't. I want her to get her head on a swivel, finally get She by Sheree off the ground, and maintain Chateau Sheree. And I don't think she's ever going to excuse me, I don't think she's going to be able to do that messing around with jail meat. I don't think so. I think if anything, he gonna cause her to lose the house and any other little assets she may have left. So no, Sheree, just say no.
One scammer, always a scammer.
But I mean, prison does reform some people. Some people do learn a lesson and they come out and come home and do better. I mean, I don't want to put it on that brother. We never know.
Really, I would just look out. You got to look at your examples, real life examples. Let's look to Mr. Apollo Nider. No. See, Phaedra thought she got her little reform man.
Well, I mean, Apollo has a 3rd grade education now. At least Tyrone, and this is no joke. Like, he literally said he dropped out of school in 3rd grade. He really is he's pretty much illiterate. He's not cognitively, it's just not there. It's not happening. And that was due to his mother being on drugs and them being homeless and all kinds of stuff. But at least Tyrone went to Penn State. That's Ivy League. He had a scholarship. He's a smart criminal. If I want two criminals, I want a smart one at least. I mean, I'm not saying y'all don't get
he ain't smart. He got caught.
Romance now. I don't want no criminals, but I'm just saying, I'd rather the smart ones.
Monica, we watched the smart ones on American Greed too.
Yeah,
they go right back too. They go right. Them people be on probation, knowing the feds watching. Not even on probation, like they still be under court monitoring, waiting for the first case, and the FBI catch them doing another Ponzi scheme.
Once a criminal. Always a criminal.
No, not all, but Ponzi schemes for whatever reason are very addictive. I think it because it literally is that easy, and they get used to just the game part of it, talking, using their word of mouth to finesse money out of people. It is addictive. Being addicted to that type of lifestyle is a real thing.
He's gonna add her name to some stuff. He's gonna add Sheree name to some stuff, and the next time he get caught, they both gonna get swept up because he will come home and say, "I love you. I got your basement fixed. Put my name on the house." And next thing you know, he'll be selling it from under her, and she gonna be looking crazy.
So he gonna swindle her out that house. Ain't that something? Stephanie, for you, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Not blaming Kandi's mama Joyce was running things when it came to Riley. I guess she's saying not blaming Kandi. Mama Joyce was running things when it came to Riley. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Just Jalissa, thank you so much for the super chat, my love. We appreciate you. As well as Monique Taylor. Hi, Monica and panel. To the lady in the chat who said she and babies are living in a car in Texas, please have that young lady call or text. I would like to donate to her. Please call or text. Oh my gosh, she's living in a car? Oh goodness, it's really sad. Yeah, if you can call in and tell us your story, we'd love to hear it. Cosborn, thank you so much for the super chat. I am telling you, Tyrone paid for that house. A lot of people were saying that. Yeah, that is why he had so much to say in the decor, and she waited for him. You never seen her date anyone. Yeah. People been saying it. I don't know if that's true now. Shalom. Sorry, Lions. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kandi is prostituting that relationship at her daughter's expense. She is on the outs on RHOA, I guess she meant, right? I feel as a woman who married a man with a past in prison, I pray Sheree is smart and it is real love. I mean, you can find real love in prison too. Y'all can't use love after lockup as a measure. But then again, Sheree needs to be careful though.
Girl, Love at the Lockup is my stuff on Friday night. It's
We
so
need to
ratchet
be
and
careful,
ghetto.
child.
It
Yeah.
is so
And
ratchet.
Sheree just looking at
Those
what
are
my man
good.
ain't been cheating on me. My man ain't been cheating on me. Oh, of course not. He's been in jail.
Yes. Yeah, but well, not necessarily.
Well, I mean,
he
he
can
could
still
They
have.
cheat
be
in jail.
Yeah, you can cheat in jail.
And I don't mean
Yeah,
just with
friends.
men. I mean, them female CEOs be setting it out.
Oh yeah,
They
I can
always
see it.
getting fired down there in the country where I'm
They
from,
get
baby. They'll get a whole bunch of them in the newspaper.
fired, pregnant. One man had 3 different CEOs pregnant at the same time. But I mean, I digress. I had a friend that was dating a man up in prison. I mean, they even got married. I went to the wedding and everything because I support my friends and everything. And she is a very educated woman. She got several degrees, beautiful too. She's a hottie, but he's another smart criminal, and she just loves smart men. And they were dating for a long time, and he fell into that whole conspiracy with the feds. How y'all think I know so much about that stuff? Because I know what the feds can do. Okay, he got caught up in some bank fraud stuff, and she didn't give up on him. She married him, and I think right before he was sentenced, they got married because in federal prison you can't marry in there, and they couldn't have conjugal visits either. That's a state prison. But they went a long way. Their relationship went along as long as it could go. They eventually divorced, but stuff happens. But I don't judge anybody. If you want prison love and you find you a prison bae, and just go for it, child. It is what it is. Schoolboy.
God, that ain't my ministry. God didn't put that on my heart because I like to be free, and I don't do locked up. Don't call me for no bail, no commissary. I was told when I was a kid, you get locked up, don't call here because we ain't answering the phone. You on your own. So I can't. I like watching it because it's cute because I be watching them how the girls be scamming them. I be like, oh, they just got scammed. And they can't see it because they want that prison love. Poor, Sheree need to go on and get on Love at the Lockup so I could get but this would be a good storyline. We haven't seen her in summer, spring, fall, or nothing. The joggers ain't never came.
No.
So She by Sheree been coming since season 1. We still don't have those, maybe Tyrone could scam her up some money so she can actually get the business off the ground, because she needed. Remember that she had that time, she had that website, and then all of a sudden when people clicked on it to order, it went away. They get with the thing, the screen. Yeah, Sheree needs to get that check, okay? Because I know Sheree needs a job. Thelma is probably tired of paying for that mortgage over there. I don't know what Sheree does for money. Word on the curse said the lights was cut off around there. I don't know. I just want Sheree to do well, but I just really feel like Sheree need to heal because Bob did some really jacked up stuff to her, and I think she's just attaching herself to a man. And I hope he don't swindle her out of all of her money. But then again, that would be a good storyline for me to watch on Real Housewives of Atlanta because I'm tired of everybody else. Ain't nobody else got no storyline, So
that's true. Marcella, what are your thoughts on maybe Sheree coming back, possibly using this prison bae and wedding as a storyline? Do you think Tyrone is reformed? We don't know. Time will tell. What are your thoughts?
Well, Sheree said, who gonna check me, boo? Tyrone gonna check you, boo. And you getting married. You see, he got some money somewhere because he ciphers her a little bit. That keeps her attached. It's gonna look funny that when he come home, she haven't been working. He been in prison. How they gonna do this big wedding? They coming back. Look, Phaedra need to sit down and talk to the bone collector and tell her just hump on that bone. Because he's going to change because he's been locked down. He gonna want to get out and do. I don't think that's gonna work, and I don't want her to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta because she embarrasses herself every time she's doing something. Fashion show with no fashion, being the bone collector and backing down and lying. And the last time she sat on that reunion couch, she couldn't even keep her thoughts together. She was looking like a clown, saying yes, no, I I mean, and they still asking her, where is she by Sheree? It's not here. So all of a sudden, he gonna come home. They gonna have his money. And the Fed's gonna say, I thought you didn't have this money. She ain't been working. He ain't been working. How they gonna maintain this? She gonna get caught up. I'm telling you right now, she gonna get caught up.
You think he gonna take that house? He gonna hustle out of her house and her drawer?
Listen, he gonna be good to her for a couple of weeks. And you know what them prison boys do? They good for a couple of weeks and then they disappear. And then when she said, where you been, Tyrone? He gonna say, I've been locked up. I had to get out. And he gonna be out with somebody else after she done did all this time with him. She is in prison right now in her home while he's locked up, waiting for every call. She could be talking to her mom and she'll say, Tyrone is calling, I gotta hang up. She done locked her whole life down. And this guy gonna come home and use her, stay there and say, look, babe, we married, put my name on the house. And next thing you know, she gonna be swindled because he is a high-class, educated Ponzi scheme crook that knows what he's doing. He done baited her brain. All these years, y'all, Sheree has been doing that time with Tyrone. And you know, Nene told her, you better watch him. He's a scammer. And guess what? He gonna scam her because you know what? She is dumb as a brick. And she need to go on Love and Lockup. That's what she need to do. She really, really do. Because when he back in there, she ain't gonna want to be there because he gonna be there and abused her, messing around on her. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when most guys been in jail a very long time. They come home, they with you for a little bit. And then when they get tired of staying in that house, they start disappearing with somebody else. And you'll be wondering, where's Tyrone?
I like Sheree though. I hope he don't dog her out. I really do. Bishop, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's a bad move? No prison day? No way?
You know, if you thought about it, all these Housewives franchises now starting to have a jail prison element to it. All of them, at least one housewife or someone associated has been in prison or jail. And I told y'all they need to do a franchise on the Real Housewives orange jumpsuits. I keep saying that. And she by Sheree, she can make a killing off of that because most of these housewives are going to prison to the big house. So you know, I'm waiting for Erica Jane to get hauled off in them handcuffs because you know she coming back next season, and I'm ready for her to be in an orange jumpsuit too, along with what's her name, Brownie from Orange County, Braylon. Oh, it's Braylon, yeah, whatever her name is.
Brownwin.
Okay, I thought it was Brownie every time I look at the name, but you know, she whatever Chateau Sheree, you know, I think Tyrone paid for that, to be honest with you, because I haven't heard no type of income coming over there. I heard she hardly got any gas money going anywhere. You know, she couldn't even afford no whiteboard to write on when she was on What's Happening Live.
Oh my goodness. That's right. The she didn't have a printer with the toner.
A printer
to print out the answers. Yeah, she had to write it on cardboard.
You would think she never heard of Amazon, but anyways, but you know, Marcella, she haven't been in prison. She called herself, you know, social distancing, you know, quarantining, you know, just trying to keep her health in check. Because you know, we all wasn't locked in the house too, you know, last year. But God bless her.
Mama got disappeared, right? She had to bring some attention to her name. Her mama disappeared.
But you do remember on the last reunion she was on, she even said that that she still go on dates and stuff like that. So she wasn't missing out on nothing. She admitted that.
Y'all remember when Sheree's mama went missing? She didn't even talk about it until it was in the blogs, right? I mean, she was on her channel doing TikToks and carrying on like life was all good.
Like your mama. Did the lady really go missing though? They said she do that all the time. She just dip off for time. Yeah. So the lady wasn't missing. You know, Sheree been trying to get back on the show. I want to see Tyrone run her pockets. You know,
and she had coronavirus, y'all. Remember, she said, "I got coronavirus." So Bishop, she ain't been staying at home. She got coronavirus. Where'd she get it from? The jail visit?
It wasn't Tyrone.
She said she went to a party, a house party, and it was a small gathering, and someone there had it. But who knows? You know, who knows?
Yeah, because you can't do jail visitation right now. Not with Roman. They cut that out. And I don't know if it'll come back either after, you know, because this is going to be forever. In the words of Cardi B, forever.
Ain't that something? Comment in the chat. Do y'all want Sheree to come back? How do you feel about Tyrone? Do you think he's a crook and he hasn't been reformed in prison? I mean, let us know. What are your thoughts? Is it, you know, I don't know. I just hope he doesn't hustle her out of that house because she loved that house. I mean, that house is, she idolizes that house. You know,
10 years to build it.
Latasha says, schoolboy, tell that to Monica. Just because Kandi is rich and Riley was given a good life, that's Riley wanted that child support because her mom has given everything. She said it. I don't know. We really don't know what Riley wants. I mean, her just saying that it's money to her, you know. I just hate that she brought that all to the show. I mean, it's just too tawdry. Professional chick, how you doing, love?
Hi, good night, guys.
Good night.
I'm calling in because I definitely want to speak to the Riley issue. I too am a Riley. I am my father's youngest child, and his wife divorced him as a result of me. And so I would just like to say that it does rely a lot on the man because my dad was there for me every single day. He never missed one day, still very active in my life, has always been active. Wow. And so to hear him get on there and say how he's not going to chase behind Riley and how he had all his other kids in the house with him and he raised them. But I feel like I would have just respected him just a little bit more if he said, you know what, I made a baby and I won't have nothing to do with it. I would have respected him more for that than to sit there and place all this blame on Riley. You know, she's a kid. Every kid wants to know their father, no matter what. And she does have abandonment issues. Your dad is the man who tells you you're beautiful. He shows you your worth. He shows you how a man is supposed to treat you. And she's never had that. Kandi can't give her that. And she never really clicked with Todd at all. So
hates Todd.
She's never really had that. And she is going to grow up and continue on looking for that in other men. So I was just heartbroken to hear him say that about his daughter. He's never really tried with her. He pops in here and there. He's even popped in on the show and then popped right back out. And it is wrong for Kandi to use this as a storyline because this is a real issue for her daughter. And she should be putting her daughter in therapy to work through these kind of issues. She should also be trying to comfort her daughter because Kandi seems to have some sort of relationship with her dad. So she should know how fragile and important it is to have that. And she should be working with her daughter to understand and come to some form of acceptance that, you know, because of decisions that were made before you were born, you may not get that. And it's not your fault. But to just kind of have her out there in the wind, I want money, you know, that's not cool. That's just not cool. And I feel bad for Riley. I do. Because this is playing out on national TV. Everybody has an opinion. And even Todd has some issues with the way Riley was raised. I do feel like Kandi overcompensates a lot for Riley. She gives her so much and not enough of the real world. And so Todd felt some kind of way.
I think we lost her.
Look how Todd treat his own daughter, though.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know about her until I don't know when he found out about her, and then he makes her earn everything. He don't just give it to her. So in a way, I was kind of raised like that, so that's why I appreciate what I have. So it just depends on how you raise. I mean, some people, they're just giving everything. You be like that boy on bill collected, feel like somebody owe you something.
Hey Trey, how you doing?
Hi.
All right, well, I'm gonna get into it.
Okay.
Sheree, how stupid can you be, girl? How can you be?
Right?
No chic by Sheree. Come on now. She's up here trying to get with this crook after Nene and Jess told her he tried to scam her. And it's a shame. Like that man is going to take everything that she got. Any person with a good mind can see that he don't love her, that he's using her for what she has. And she's sitting up there, she's talking about, oh, he loved me, I want to marry him. Girl, you stupid. You real stupid. And I'm still waiting on that spring, that summer collection, I'm still waiting on that. Trying to figure out when that gonna come out. But yes, Sheree, that is a bad decision. As for Kandi, I agree with all of you. She shouldn't be bad mouthing her baby daddy in front of the child, because I would want my child to make that decision on their own, whether they like the dad or
Right.
not, whether they want their dad in their life or not. Brick, whatever his name is, what they call him, Brick, Block. Oh, Block.
Close enough.
Close enough. Block, he needs to go sit down somewhere, because he wasn't saying all this when he was up there hitting Kandi. He wasn't saying all this. Where all that back child support? Yeah, Marcel. Where all that back child support that you owed this lady? Pay her money. Kandi, it's something about Kandi that she's a fraud. I don't know, but it's something about her that screams she's a fraud. Y'all already know, they say allegedly she been messing with Jermaine Dupri daddy still.
Oh yeah, that's not even alleged. I mean, that was confirmed by the brat.
Child, she was busting it open in the elevator rooms, child. But yes, I agree with all of you, and thank you so much for this commentary. You guys always make me smile. You guys always just bring a brightness to my day. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening.
So she was busting it open along with Tamar with the dad.
Child,
all of them is what?
Jermaine Dupri too. I mean, according to the rumors, Escape was saying that Kandi's the reason why the group broke up.
Amen.
I heard you.
While her mama was taking care of, that was her work, I guess. Y'all in the chat, that's the work she was doing.
Child, Jermaine Dupri mama was snatching her up, Lord. She had to shave her hair off, child.
Every man wants a woman.
Like that. Jermaine doing it like that.
Jermaine doing it like that. Jermaine, he usually be up there getting with all the artists that he signed her. So I believe he tried to get with Miss Mulatto, and that's why she didn't sign with him for real.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's in one of her songs. If you listen to it,
really?
It's called No Hook. You gotta listen to No Hook.
That's another little feet, little hand man with long pockets. Little feet, little hands.
Little Bow Wow. They got so many little Bow Wows running around.
Who called the little Bow Wow?
With them bird chests.
Yes, and on the fake jet. But Lord, let me just tell you, I believe that Jermaine, he's a scam artist. You see, all of the artists from the rap game haven't made it like that. Tyler Rain, I was actually going over her demographics and her Instagram. If you look at her Instagram, she's so sexualized right now. Like she's changed her whole persona. And when she was on the rap game, she was really like a raw rapper. So I was shocked to see that. And so in my mind, I'm thinking it's because Jermaine, he was trying to get with all the girls, and they're like, we don't want your old ass, man. You old enough to be our daddy. So it's just a whole lot of BS that's going on. But Sheree, girl, you is stupid. That man is gonna scam you for everything you got. And that's on Jack and Jill when they went up the hill, child.
And Mary had a little lamb. Okay.
And Mary had a little lamb too.
Did Humpty Dumpty fall off the wall?
Oh, we doing whole work nursery rhyme.
Listen, I love your energy. You are so positive.
I'm actually from Mississippi, but I'm living in Virginia right now. Yes, I'm from the 39180.
Yes. You are coming with that positive like you understand what this panel is all about. We're just here to spread love and share our opinions. Some people take things way too seriously, child.
Don't hate, appreciate.
Facts.
Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal.
Participate.
Every time I think about Sheree's jailbird, I think about you better call Tyrone.
Trey, do me a favor, Trey. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'm gonna keep up with you, okay? Send
All
me a
right,
DM.
I'm actually finna start my own YouTube channel, so hopefully you guys get to see all that. It's going to be called Hip Hop and Tea with Trey B. So we're about to get into some things.
Oh, you're gonna be successful. I could tell you have the right attitude and your energy's good. And you know what? Listen, send me a DM, please. Okay.
I got you. Thank you guys so much
You're
for having me.
welcome. Bye. Is a Teacup affiliate? Please turn your camera on. Otherwise, I'm gonna remove you from the backstage because I don't know what you up to. Just turn your camera on, because people like to bomb these lives and they come on here and they play porn. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Yeah, they don't show their face, and then when you let them on, a porn video is showing instead. So yeah, if you don't show your face, I'm not gonna let you on here. Hi, Loyana, how you doing, baby?
Good. How are you all this evening?
Good.
Now, I'm not going to show any porn, so don't worry about that. I'm not that
You're
exciting.
good.
Okay. Starting with Sheree. I don't think I want to see Sheree come back because she wasn't really that exciting then. So I know she's going to be just as raggedy now. But if by chance that man comes on and takes that money, I need y'all to start reporting in, and then I'll go ahead and follow through. Okay. Now, as far as Kandi and Block, I have so many mixed emotions because, yes, I've seen so many single moms go through it with wanting that child support and they just can't get it. But my question is, how did they determine how much money Block is, due to pay child support based on the fact that they both were making such great money back in the day? And secondly, if these daggone rappers don't know anything else, y'all need to pay attention to Mr. Nas. Nasir Jones did it the best. When his daughter was a baby, she might have been, I think, 4 or 5. He made her the executive on all of his music. So she got paid then, and then the royalties from that now is just seriously on overflow. So that kind of, I shouldn't say it offset the child support, but if the baby mama ever had a question, the money is coming. It's in the bank and it's going to stay in the bank. But that's basically all I have for this evening. It's so good to see that everyone's doing well. We too are having better weather. So I'm in a little celebratory mood already. And it's even going to get better. So y'all take care, and I will listen in for the rest of the evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.
Love you too.
Marcella, you the bomb too. I love Marcella. I forgot to say that. Marcella is my girl.
Yes.
Thank you.
She really is.
You're welcome. Love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Loyana. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, who should we put on here? Maybe Robin. Hey, Robin. Hey, girl.
Hey. Hey. I'm from Huntington, West Virginia.
Okay, Virginia in the building. All right. Represent
West Virginia. Home of the Marshall Thunder Nerds. I wanted to comment on the part with Paula Riley. I had I really truly believe with her doing plastic surgery is because she's really trying to take as much of her father's features away that she possibly can, since she doesn't care much about him and she feels the way she feels. And I think that's what has happened with her. She doesn't want to look like him. She looks more like him than Kandi. Although you see some of her resemblance, but I think that's her whole problem. And I also feel like Kandi isn't the best example as a mother for her. And a lot of times when children have parents like her, they usually look at their parent as their sister, not so much as the mother. I have no people around here whose grandparents raised them, or they haven't had that same relationship like maybe I had with my mother. So they have now just, they just, chatty and laugh and things like that, but not really close. And I think that's the sad part. So it's like Kandi almost feel like she has to buy her. She has to, make up for where she fell at. And that's the same way these other children are going to feel. Because Todd is the one with them all the time, not Kandi. So they're going to have that bond with him more than they will with her. And that's so sad, because I came from a single parent home. My mother raised 6 of us, but all of us we're just all super close. And it's just so sad that she has allowed her wealth, her dreams, her visions, her goals to come up in front of her children. And you can't do that, because they're going to regret. I watched that child. I watched Riley. I mean, she is so disrespectful. My mother would have busted me in my mouth. She would have done something, even if I just looked like I was ready to talk back. So when I see this child, it's because she don't relate to her as a mother so much. It's like they're just roommates when she come in, and it's so sad. So, but I hate the fact that she's probably spending money to remove features of her father, but I think that's the whole thing. She doesn't want to look like him. I don't know what
Actually, Robin, she looked like her mother before with that nose, and now she looks more like her daddy because his nose is more European-like.
Oh, see, I'm thinking she still want to do more to get some more of his features away.
She don't want to look like Kandi. She probably want to look more like her daddy. Yeah.
Maybe she don't want to look like neither one of them.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just sad just to watch her because she is like a real solemn, sad-looking child, and that's the sad part of when I look at her. But that's all I wanted to say. But thank you all. I just love you all. I mean, I watch you all every day. I look for the lives. I look for everything, because I'm not bored. I mean, I'm a cosmetologist, but I just think it's really cool to have people at your level and you can laugh. You all are like me. I speak my mind. I say what I want to say, and I go on about my business. And if people don't like it, they can lump it. You don't get mad if it's not the truth. So, but I appreciate you all because you really have great panels. I watched you earlier with DJ and all them. So I really get a kick out of it. I'm just sitting here chilling out, So
yeah, that's great. That's what we're all about, and we love you too. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you all for all of this.
You need to call in more often too. Okay.
Oh, I will sometimes. Thank you. You all take care, and you all just stay safe, stay healthy. I just got over the COVID about a month and a half. It didn't hit me as hard as others. Thank God. I had the mouth symptoms and just lost my smell, which helped a little bit. I lost about 6 pounds. So,
oh goodness.
But thank God we're healthy on this end. But you all take care. We'll be praying for you.
You too.
All right, you too.
Bye bye. Bye bye. She was a nice lady. State of New York took my dad's license for not paying back child support, and I'm 25. Damn, they don't play up there.
I'm telling you, they took my
his child. He needs to pay. He needs to pay his child.
Maryland too. They'll take your stuff too down there. Mess around DC and Maryland, you will not have nothing. Hit that metro. Yeah. That's what you'll be riding.
Yeah, every state is just so different. It's like some are super restrictive, and some, like you said, once you're 18, they stop pursuing it. But some of them, as long as that warrant comes up, they coming to get you.
Yeah. Right. Some states are more lenient than others, but just pay your child support. Get a job and pay it. Some people try to work off the books so they don't have to pay it and work around it. Don't do all that mess. It's your child. Beautiful was Addictive Soul. Turn your camera on. It says that you're not connected. I know who you are. I'll put you on, but just turn your camera on. I am going to add Bianca. Hey, Bianca.
Hey, Teacups. Hey.
Hey. How you doing, girl?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. Hope all is well with everybody. I just wanted to say a couple things. First of all, I wanted to say, when it comes to Kandi and Riley, okay, so just a little tea about myself. I have a set of twins, and they'll be 21 this year. And their dad, once I left him, never did anything for them. He did all when I was there, but when it was over, he decided to do nothing. So as I never spoke bad about my children's father to them because it's their decision. I left the decision up to them to realize who the parent was in their life on a daily basis, taking care of them. But as they got older, I decided to take him to court and file for custody, legal and sole custody. And because I feel as though if you're not going to be a part of their life at all, then you should have no say. And fortunately, he did sign the papers over. I didn't ask. I've never asked for child support. I've never received child support. I've always worked. I have a very good job. I don't look for him to do anything. I don't want anything from him. And neither does my children. And when it comes to Kandi, Kandi should, I'm not saying let the money go, but let the issue stay off of social media. You know, for one thing, I believe Riley is an introvert, and you know, and her being an introvert, she has her self-esteem is not where it could be because she probably never felt love or loved from her parents because for one, Kandi was always on the road. She was all about making money. And her grandmother had to tend to her. And he's just, you know, his whole interview, I was sitting here trying to figure out what in the heck was he trying to say? Because to me, he didn't answer any of the questions. You know, he just talked around. You sit there and you talk about how many baby mamas you have and how many children you have. Well, if you're not taking care of her, you sure can't convince me that you're doing anything for anybody else. Then when it comes to Sheree, put her back on there. And not because I like Sheree, because I don't, but I would love to see that chateau turn into a row house, honey. Fooling with Tyrone. Because that's what happened. That chateau will be a row house, baby, and you better hope that it don't turn into a project. Okay, because Kool-Aid sure will be floating through there, and not the Kool-Aid that comes out the little pack with the fat guy in the glass jar. It's going to be coming out of a red and white pack, a white pack with red writing that will dye your hair, your eyebrows, and the inside of your body that comes from the prison. So let her back on the show. All the tea that all the bones that she put out on everybody else, all those years that she was on the show, all the troubles that she caused in everybody else's life, yeah, put her back on there and let's see some of her crap, you know. So I'm just saying, I feel sorry for Riley. I don't feel sorry for Sheree, but I definitely feel sorry for Riley because now she's suffering with all kinds of issues. She's living in New York. Mind you, New York is a fashion state. So it's all about the fashion. It's all about the dollars. It's all about who you know, where you can go, who you're hanging with. And she's trying to fit in. So
she
that's all.
lost weight and gained it back.
Yeah, she lost weight. She gained it back. She got the nose job, you know. And then speaking of how she talks, you know, how she spoke to her dad. Look how she, like Bishop said, look how she talks to her mother. Or I think Bishop said it. One of y'all said it. How she talks to Kandi. To me, she doesn't respect Kandi at all. She talks to Kandi as if Kandi is the child. But let me tell you one thing. In this household, honey, if every one of my children try to talk to me like I'm the child, we're going to have some problems around here. You know, I don't care how much money I have, who you think you are, who your father thought he was, or anything. You have to, respect starts at home, you know. And so she was never really taught that because, for one, Mama Joyce, okay, don't have no respect. And I'm sorry to say, you know, she don't have none either. The way she acted and how she talked, and you know, the things that she used to do to Kandi, and even if she did want to be with Todd, so what? You know, it was none of her business. You know, it was none of her business. And for real, I believe she was the one who caused the wedge between Riley and Todd and the daughter. She caused that. Mama Joyce caused that wedge because Mama Joyce probably while Riley was staying with Mama Joyce and Kandi was trying, you know, Murray and Todd. Mama Joyce was probably pumping all kinds of stuff, not in her ear, out in the open for her to hear. And she held on to that. Kids are like sponges. I don't care how old they get. They pay attention, whether she says anything or not, you know, and it's affecting her now. So, and she probably just have to get out of that house to do her own thing. I just hope this little guy that she's dealing with doesn't, I just hope he treat her nice. I don't like him either. I don't like Riley's little boyfriend she got. I don't like him either.
Yeah, it's a mess up in that house. I'll tell you, Bianca.
It is a mess up in that house.
Yeah.
And
All
that
right,
dungeon,
girl.
baby, let me tell you. Ooh, child.
We gonna get into that dungeon though. You know, Miss Kandi and her whips.
It ain't no
use dildos and vibrators, child. There ain't no telling what up in that damn dungeon.
Well, you saw what she did on the show.
Yeah, she brought all her used. I hope she washed them things first too.
Right, she brought all of their clothes, gave them all cash, You know, and then doing the interview, then mind you, after they got the producers out, they run through the house to turn all the cameras off. I mean, you know, to cover the cameras and to move the cameras. So we know what went on, but yet she wasn't a part of it. Okay, she needed to get
All
her
right,
life
honey.
without talk that time. Night night.
Okay, girl. We're gonna catch up later because we got people in the backstage and stuff. Okay.
Got
All
you.
right,
Have
my
a good
love.
night, y'all. Namaste.
Love you. Bye. Bye. KJ, I did put him in timeout, but the mods, can y'all moderate that? I mean, no one should be attacking anyone on the panel. That's not right. I'm gonna put Princess on. Hey, Princess.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a lot to say about these subjects. A little triggered, but I'm gonna keep it in control. I'm gonna start with the easy one, and that's Jailbird, Tyrone. Sheree can do better, but when you're going through abuse and you not used to a certain type of man, sometimes you just take what you could get. You know, she's been dealing with Tyrone for a very long time, even before he went to jail. And we saw that on the show with her and Nene when she was like, I'm getting them Trump checks, you know, and that whole fight or whatever. It was about Tyrone and siphoning the money. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was still holding money for Tyrone based on the little stuff that was put out there. But baby, I don't do jailbirds, okay? I might see you when you get out. My baby's father was on probation when I met him, and I let him know, baby, if you don't do right and you go to jail, that I am not going to promise you that I'm going to be here when you get out. And that's what happened. I had a baby, and he went to jail for 11 months. We finagled afterwards, but we never got together for real after that. It changes the relationship. It changes the dynamic of the relationship. Right now, I have two good girlfriends. One of them think I got common sense to know that she married this man in jail. But you know, that's your husband. I just ain't never met him in person. Okay. But I have another woman that's truthful. And I've talked to her boyfriend in jail, and he's on the cell phone all the time and calls her just like I would call her on the video chat. So you never know just how much leverage they have in jail or how much money they have. And he actually sends her money more than the boyfriend that she got that's not in jail. So, you know, people do things, and Tyrone might have it like that. He might have it going on in the jailhouse and have some businesses going on outside. So her friend is, because he's reforming and he's opened up a business, he has the money and she helps him. But like I said, I can't do that. I might talk to you if you ain't murdered somebody. It depends on what you do, but I'm not into that. I'm not into that, you know. Right. I need to, you know, you kind of, I guess you might forgive a white collar crime, you know, just don't steal from me. And I think that Sheree needs to be very cognizant and very careful with that situation. We talk about Kandi. I am on both sides of this situation. I am a child where my parents were married. I did not know until I was grown that my daddy cheated on my mother. I knew that that's why they divorced, but I didn't know he had two daughters of the same age under me. And I did the math, and I told, when I found my sister found me on Facebook and she was Larry. I said, you're my sister. I can't do anything about that. Okay. I'm not going to shun you. I'm not going to turn my back on you. We're blood. And that's all there is to it. But I did the math, and my parents were married. And I told her, I said, well, our daddy cheated on my mama with your mama and whomever else, this other sister that's still out here in the wind right now. And it's not a good feeling, because now I've been dealing with, I didn't tell anybody, Monica knows, you know, this past weekend, I learned I'm going to have to take care of my father eventually, because now he has dementia. And you have to think about, I have to take care of a parent that didn't take care of me. And I have problems with my mother. So both of my parents ain't really shit because they're selfish. So this comes into play when you have the child. My mother, for years, even to this day, if she said I was doing something for my father, she'll ask, did he pay his child support? Because all my life, he's had a child support order, but my mama didn't get that child support. I am a single mother of 2. First baby daddy, we was together. I never put him on child support when my child was young, but I tried. But every now and then he would take care of him. But the village filled the need where he didn't. His mama knew that he wasn't doing nothing, so she helped me. His sister and brother knew he wasn't doing everything he was supposed to. So when I needed something, I called them most of the time before I called him. My daughter's father has had an order since she was born. She's about to be 18 now. Let me tell you, getting child support ain't always that easy, and sometimes it's just exhausting. So whether you got money or not, I can understand why you just don't want to do it no more. My baby's father is $36,286 in the arrears, and it would be more if he didn't call in and say he's not working. But in fact, he is a barber, and I can tell you the address of the barber shop that he does hair in, and what they say to me, oh, we can't track that money. We can't do nothing for you. I don't have all this money and the wherewithal to keep going to courts to figure out how I can get this money from this man. We have had physical altercations about this money. So when we get to judging people about why they didn't do it or why they wasn't here, you can't say that. I worked as much as 3 jobs to take care of my children. And I would hate for somebody to say I was a bad mother because I wasn't there, because I was out there working, trying to provide for them and put a roof over their head. I'm not Kandi, and Kandi probably could have done better, but let's be clear, she also said she didn't have the type of money then that she has now. So a lot of y'all was raised by your grandmothers, and why you acting like you better, because my grandmother helped raise me too. And a lot of our granddaddies put in, y'all have to be cognizant. If you had a village and you had somebody to help you, thank God that somebody was there to help you, and that you was not an orphan, and that your mother wasn't an addict, or your daddy wasn't an addict, and you wasn't on the side of the curb. Somebody stepped in to help. Now, Mama Joyce ain't no better. She wanted Kandi to be a part of the old Hags Club, and that's obvious, okay? The way she talked about Todd, the way she talked about Block, she instilled that in Kandi. So I don't put it past Kandi from calling that wife and rolling her head and all that and try to cause conflict in the house, but he was not the man that he should have been, because if you're gonna have 2-3 women, you better get them in line. If you're gonna have all these children, you better pay for them. If you don't want to have the kids, and he has been quoted to say, I'll be glad when I get done with my baby mamas. Man, it was your fault that you decided to hit it raw and have all them babies. And Black men, we need to do better and stop blaming the Black woman all the time for having the children, because what they taught me young when I had my baby, and I was mad that I didn't have no money and I had to do all that work and I had to work and go to school. Somebody told me, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. So you had the baby, go do what you got to do to raise them. And that's all there is to it.
Well said. Somebody said that you were a prison entrepreneur in the chat.
Houseway. I ain't never been to jail.
But you got all the connections and stuff, it sounds like. I mean, listen, you might be a prison consultant. I mean, that's probably the word they need to use, consultant. You know, people going into prison or coming out or got girlfriends, they can call you for some advice. Listen, make a coin off of it. Why not?
Let me put that on the table. Yeah.
Amongst your 7 million other jobs.
Right.
Oh, goodness, Princess. I love you, my dear. You are just so amazing. Thank you.
I love y'all. Marcel, I might call you. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Princess. Bye. TLW. I know you've been waiting a while, my love. How you doing?
How y'all doing? But
good.
How's everybody doing today? Glad to be amongst you all. But just real quick, I know we're talking about Kandi and Riley, but I do want to say at least Kandi and Riley don't have the same relationship that Angie Stone and her daughter got, because of the same thing. How Angie was out on the road, you know, trying to become Angie Stone and making the money, and the daughter was being raised by the in-laws, and you know, and you see it. I don't know if y'all know about that situation and how that turned out.
Didn't she cut her or beat her up or stab her or burn her up or something? It was some
No, they got into a physical altercation, and Angie Stone knocked her two front teeth out.
Yeah, knocked her teeth out. I remember that. Yeah.
Now to the Sheree situation. You said Tyrone was in Philadelphia. Would that happen to be the same halfway house that Apollo was in? Because I remember Apollo was in some halfway house up in Philadelphia.
I have no clue, but I know Apollo ain't there now. He's in Atlanta now.
And when we look at Sheree's history with men, her track record just isn't the best because, you know, the situation with Bob, and then when she tried to date that doctor, there was like he was supposed to be a doctor on the show, and he was like, prove to me you're a woman. You know, and then now now the situation with Tyrone is just I can't
Yeah,
you know, and then her with the joggers, like, you know, if they bring her back, like, we really do need to see something going on besides her bone carrying. Like get something on your own, because busy and successful people don't worry about what other people are doing because they're busy, you know, plotting their course and getting to where they want to be and need to be in life. So
look, TLW, she needs to if they let her back, she needs to ask for an advance, take her about $10,000 and go on over there on Alibaba and AliExpress like everybody else and get her some pants and some separate, some athletic wear, something shipped on over here, and have somebody printer press your logo right on there. It's too easy these days. It's too easy.
See her mama,
Caroline, she can do it.
Mine will be out before hers.
She messed up her mother's credit. You know, putting Chateau Sheree and her name and all that stuff. And Mama, you know, she had to check out and disappear for a while. I felt so bad for Miss Thelma. Wow, Miss Thelma was just like, you know, I just can't do this anymore. And she jetted and messing around with
contractors in Atlanta too. I heard she still owe them.
Yes. And then messing around with Tyrone, she'll be back to sleeping on those air mattresses that her and the kids were sleeping on. What season was that when she lost the house with Bob, and then she lost that little because like she moved into a smaller house, and then she moved into like an apartment, and then she was faking like she was cooking to Cairo something to eat, and she just put some grapes and some cheese doodles on the plate.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all don't remember that when he was sleeping on the air mattress?
I remember the air mattresses. I remember the cheese doodles now. I remember the air.
And she was worried about a bag.
Uh-huh.
And then trying to get that boy to buy a real expensive ring for her older daughter. A bunch of mess.
Yeah, I remember that. Her daughter is so pretty. Her older daughter, both of her daughters are beautiful. Really, really beautiful girl. Yeah.
Especially Cairo. How you doing, Cairo? If you watch it.
Oh, is he? Oh my goodness.
All of her children are very, very attractive.
Yeah. And Cairo's huge compared to he's like 6'5" or something. And
yes. I would come out of retirement for that.
But the one that goes to Howard, she is so pretty. Oh my God, her features are so beautiful. Yeah. Oh God, it's a mess, TLW. It is just a mess, child. It really is.
It is. And that was Block sounding like that when he was younger.
Yeah, he has an Atlanta accent. That's what they sound like. He sounds like the Migos to me.
When I was hearing him, I was saying to myself, I was like, you can tell he eat chitlins and hog maws.
Oh Lord, you know what?
So do I, but I don't sound like that.
Well, he's from the South. It's just an accent. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's an accent.
Not passing judgment. Not passing judgment.
Too. It don't make y'all any better. All right, now we get everybody from New York attacking me. Here we go. All right.
No, we love you. We wouldn't be here if we didn't love you, Monica.
But y'all know how y'all do. Don't talk about New York. Anyway, and there's nothing wrong with chitlins. Let me see, not the chitlin voice.
I love me some chitlins. I love chitlins on hog maws.
I don't eat swine, so I'm just saying. But people do eat it.
I do too.
I eat chitlins. When I first came to Virginia, I said, "Do y'all have chitterlings around here?" And my grandmother said, "Chitterlings." And I said, yeah. She said, you talking about chitlins? And I said, no, chitterlings, because in New York they would sell them at this restaurant, and it was so expensive. When I came down here, my grandmother said you could buy 5 tubs for what you just paid for that little bit on that plate.
That is so nasty.
I can't eat that stuff. It smells. Ugh.
Wow.
All right,
Look.
TW.
But when you cook them up, they taste so good.
I can't.
My aunt
That
cooks
is
my
fake.
daddy a pie for Christmas, and I sure go over there and get some. Christmas is the only time we get them.
Okay.
But I'm not cooking them.
I got my stomach.
My mother
churning.
stayed cooking chitlins.
Does she really? Oh God, that smell! I can't.
My
That
mom, my dad, they loved it. I got them to quit cooking it and quit eating it, and they like, man, we love it, but I guess we can't eat it because BJ won't let us do it, and because they all 4 of us kids, none of us eat it, but all my other cousins and they parents stuff, they all eat it because all our families come from the South and they all eat it. But we the only 4 kids is like, nope, that's disgusting. You eat intestines, and y'all all full of it too.
Y'all got worse stuff y'all put in y'all mouth. Y'all can have some chitlins.
No,
tell them, Marcella. Chitlins are good.
But that's meant for human consumption.
right. We don't actually swallow it. I mean, well, a little bit, but not everything.
Well.
I mean, I can't get past.
That's an after dark show, y'all. That's
my family cooks that stuff. I'm just like, well, I just can't go over it. The smell just gets to me.
It's funky.
All right, Tia.
The smell is only temporary.
Waiting to get on, my love. I would love to chat with you all night, but I will. We'll be in touch. Okay, my love. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a nice one.
All right, you too.
I'm gonna bring Crystal on because she's been waiting a long time. Jenny, thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, as well as Juanita. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love you, Monica Plez, my sister, Schoolboy, Bishop. You too, Marcella. All right, thank you. We need that positive energy and love in the chat. Yes. Okay, Crystal, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. Good.
Awesome. Okay, I just got one question. What is Kandi going to do when Ace and Blaze turn teenagers and she wants to spoil them? She wants to give them money and Todd says no.
I doubt he'll say no.
But look at how he did his own daughter.
But because that's not Candy's daughter.
That's not Candy's kid.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying since they have a child together now, Kandi gonna want to spoil them. So how does that gonna work out?
I'm pretty sure she's spoiling them already. I mean,
he gonna let her.
Yeah, Todd seems to follow in Candy's lead. I don't know.
He need to keep his
money working.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say no because he making Ace work for it because he made sure that he had his own YouTube channel. He made sure that.
And he models clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he acts too. Yeah.
Oh.
He, instead of the Range Rover or whatever Riley got, he might just get a little BMW. There's gonna be a lot of compromise and give and take. But Kandi spoils Todd. So Todd ain't putting his foot down for.
He's not trying to mess that up.
Nope. He get a new car every birthday too.
So yeah.
Oh, sugar mama.
Y'all better read her prenup with him. Read her prenup with him. 10 years coming up.
Well, that was all I wanted to ask.
Okay. With your pretty self. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. I love your show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we appreciate and love you too. Thank you. All right, Miss Dang. Bye. Miss Yvette, I am so sorry to keep you waiting so long. How you doing, girl?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So happy to be with the teacups. I'm telling you, when I watch TV, I don't get the deepness that I get when I watch All About the Tea. I go deeper when you guys. I appreciate everything you do. Your comprehension skills are wonderful. It's the people's comprehension who have a good understanding. You're explaining it perfectly. perfectly. And I understand everything you're saying. You're so intelligent. You're young people, because I'm of a particular age. But you guys are young people, and you're very articulate, very good at explaining it. So I don't understand the people that don't get it. Something wrong.
I like you, Missy.
So I appreciate.
I like you.
About the tea. I've hit my little reminder. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Love reality TV. I've been watching all the shows, all that booty we saw last night on the Housewives. Oh my God.
Child,
It was something. It made me
ass cheeks everywhere. I mean, it was just too much.
That was a lot of booty.
But it was such a good show. I enjoyed it. So you guys, do y'all watch Sister Wives?
I do. I listen, you have to go to my blog, allaboutthetea.com. I have been covering it for years.
Okay, I'm gonna
years. We dive deep. We were the one, my site was the one that broke the catfish story. We exposed her.
Christina's she gonna leave. Watch.
No, they ain't gonna.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay, well, I enjoyed it. I just wanted to tell you guys.
Thank you.
You know, you're great.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Go read about their food stamp fraud. It's on my website.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why they ain't get locked? Let me shut up.
You know why they locked up.
Awesome. And the girl over here that drinks the Hennessy, you all right with me? I love Bishop.
We love you, Mr. Day.
I love you.
You all right with us. I mean, listen, you have a beautiful spirit.
So too. That was funny. All right.
Okay, you have a good evening. Bye. See you in the chat. She's a real nice lady. I like her.
I like the costumes last night on Real Housewives Snoozers. I like the outfits.
Snoozers?
Yeah, shoot. When I see them outfits, I was like, oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, my goodness. Hey, honey T, how you doing, girl?
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
I'm on bed rest, y'all, my little pregnant self. So I got some more time, y'all. I've been missing the action. I've been in the chat. I know I missed the peoples. But I got a church announcement. It just seems to me it's a lot of speculation of the strippers. Everybody being a stripper. It seems to me Kandi, shout out to my homeboy Bolo, strip industry, that's a testimony, another story. But I just want to say one thing for sure, two things for certain. I'm gonna confirm it. It is big. It is the size of a Lysol can. Also, I want to make it perfectly clear. Get your money, Bolo. Okay, get your money. My problem with Miss Kenya Moore, AKA Ken doll, it just seems to me everybody wants to be on the bandwagon of cop locking. I thought you supposed to be going ahead and put your dishes downstairs. Why you by the door? Why you got to hit everything? Cause Mark over there making Chef Boyardee food for everybody else, and you ain't getting no more plates. Is that what's going on? Is that why you can't get the discounts no more at the restaurante? Because it makes sense. Like the man ain't looking for you. You better be careful. Now it might be another story, mamas and everybody, that the baby he get full custody. Mark might get full custody since that baby was there when all this shenanigans went down with the ropes and the tie-ups and carrying on. That might be another thing, Mama Monica. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, she's still going to do divorce. So if you got these babies in another room where all these swinging going on, she better think twice. Another thing is, I'm about tired of the shenanigans poking at Miss Portia. You know what I'm saying? So what? Baby daddy, she getting tired of hot dogs. I understand she getting tired of hot dogs. There's too much kind of hot dog toppings going on, and she just want the Bolo slow roll. Okay, Mr. So Stroke. It's okay. If she want to get a little taste, on the side piece, you know what I'm saying? Get a little taste over there with the women's side, but let's be clear. That's her business. Kenya ain't got no business. Her storyline is lacking. You know, rating is falling. You know, what's she gonna do? But my problem is that these wigs is going out of control. What's going on? I done put the petition out for all the wigs to be fixed and firing all these people. And it just seems to me that everybody want to look dehydrated. I know it's COVID, but everybody got their stimulus check. Everybody done got their money, taxes. They ain't got no excuse to be looking like that. Now, Miss Drew, I'm gonna need to have a talk with you. I'm gonna have to talk to your PR. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody. But child, if that helmet fly right off your head and all this residue that they was supposed to wipe off when they got that wig, oh, child, I'm just gonna have to do a YouTube channel to instruct these wigs because it's a lot of catastrophe and distractions all right here. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm just trying to be nice, Monica. See, I thought last time they caught the drift. You know, the wigs hanging out from the back, look like I got rat tails. Kenya Moore hair stuff is not working. The reviews is going down. So I'm just trying to understand how you got Kendra hair going on, and the only person keeping their hair right is Marlo. So
honey T girl, you are reading the girls, okay?
Miss Monica, I've been sitting back, in the curb, relax and relate and release, because baby on the way. But I'm just kind of confused how all these hair pieces they selling, but Portia's is doing good, but Kenya Care hair is popping. It's not popping. What is going
got
on?
water in the bottles, child. Girl, look, the backstage is getting so filled up, child.
I just want to bless the panel. I love you, Bishop. You've been checking up on me, but I just want to let y'all know, if I got to come back up on here to do a church announcement again, it's gonna be some more problems, cause my nerves is getting shot, my lips getting unchapped. But Candy Cole, just to let you know, baby, nobody don't want to buy them bedroom products no more, because that lubricant that you been trying to get people, it got people in the hospital. So I just want to let you know that stuff don't work no more. That buttercream stuff don't work no more.
Okay.
But I love you. I'll
you too.
see y'all in the streets.
All right. See you later, Mother Honey T.
Safe out there. Tamika, thank you so much for the super chat. I love schoolboy facial expressions. Crack me up the whole time. Love the show, y'all. Much love from Jersey. Thank you. We love you too.
People drying out down there. They're drying out.
What's going on? It's giving them rashes and stuff. It's peeling off their skin.
Is it?
Just stick with Vaseline.
Somebody in the chat said the Kenya Moore hair care be drying out your hair, so that may be why it's still on the salad shelf every time I go in there. I don't know. Shout out to the Walmart deal, because they'll let you go too if it don't sell. Hope it sells.
That's so sad.
My goodness, child. Okay. We'll bring Rocky on here before we head on out of here. Hey, Rocky, how you doing, girl?
Guys,
Hey.
Oh my God, I wasn't expecting to get on, and I'm so excited. Like, I stayed up because I have school tomorrow to come on and just say, like, I love watching you guys. You bring me so much peace, so much happiness. Get my tea from you guys. Miss Honey T just read them down. Like, I can't top that shit. So I'm not gonna say nothing, but thank you for bringing me on. Like, I really appreciate this, and yeah, thank you guys. That's all I wanted to say. You can
You like no, you have a great smile and a nice your vibration is good. So no, absolutely not.
Thank you.
Have a good night, y'all. Okay. All right. Bye. Good night. Bye. I just wanted to acknowledge a few super chats really fast. Carmen, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you. Ronell, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm cracking the F up at Margot Wells. She said men cheat in jail too. They get booty calls. Cosborn, thank you so much for the super chat. I think he paid for her house with that money. That is why he has to a claim of it. You know about Tyrone and Sheree. Mm-hmm. Stephanie, for you, I think I read this one, but thank you again for the super chat. Not blaming Kandi. Mama Joyce was running things when it came to Riley. Yeah, definitely. And I believe I acknowledge Jenny's super chat. Thank you for the positive vibes, Jenny. We appreciate you. Can we take one more call? Y'all want to take one more call?
Yeah.
Hey, greatest entertainer. How you doing?
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
How y'all doing?
hey.
Okay, I want to talk about this whole Kandi and Block situation. Nah, I don't care how old you are. You need to understand, if you're going to lay down and take it, you need to be man up and take care of it. Regardless of how old he or she is, and no matter how much money you owe. Because see, I'm a child where my father didn't pay child support, and I'm 21 now. And in the state of South Carolina, when you hit over 18, they're no longer liable to pay for that back child support. And I can understand where Kandi's come from in a small aspect, but you really shouldn't spoil your children just because you have money, because they will never understand how to work for it. They'll never know how to appreciate it. Because I always said, when I become famous, I'm always going to make sure I'm there for my children. I'm not going to spoil them. I'm going to make sure they understand hard work and how it is to get that money. Now, let's go over to Miss Creek by Sheree, because I believe her house is somewhere near the creek. Now, this man that got his behind out of jail, and she over here talking marriage. Girl, how much money do we have? The man just got out of prison. She gonna be having like one of the ghetto style weddings. The dress gonna be towed up. The bridesmaids gonna be in different color dresses. They're gonna have bologna sandwiches. They're gonna get married at the court. Just gonna get married in some little pimp out house or the whorehouse. She need to be checking to make sure that this man ain't got no clementities. That make sure that he ain't been up in the jailhouse frolicking with all the other men folk. Cause honey, he been in there for a good long time. I don't know if they were able to do some conjugal visits, but I'm pretty sure he was probably busting it for somebody, or he was busting in somebody. She need to make sure that everything in their pipes is clean before she even slob or knob or anything on that. But I also do believe, honey, he paid for some of that house. So we all know that Sheree is broke. She broke than a joke. Because there were some people, I heard that there were some people who were taking pictures of her house. She tried to sue them for $75,000 for some pictures. And the judge overruled it. We know that child do not have no money. And we know he is a con artist. Them books ain't selling. Honey, who gonna buy the little $70 track suits that just black and bland that you can go get from Target for $25? Who's gonna buy them the cheap track suits? Just like what the white said, honey, how you gonna have a fashion show, but you ain't got no fashion? How you gonna be a fashion designer and ain't gonna show your own products? How are you gonna be a fashion designer sitting your behind at the end of the couch at every reunion and not even wear one of your own creations, honey? You not serious about this little She by Sheree. You ain't serious about none of that. You just trying to get checked and trying to show that you relevant. But let me tell you something, sweetie. You are irrelevant. And if Bravo is even stupid enough to even give her a platform to come back and talk about the little janky wedding, her and Robin will both be in the same boat. If Robin even make it down the aisle, because they both need to take lessons on how to pimp out a man and do it the right way. Better yet, she needs to go over and talk to Phaedra on how to pimp the man right and make sure that she watch every piece of documentation that she signed, because that man is a con artist. He can talk you out of your drawers if he wanted to, which I think he already has with Miss She by Sheree. Honey, he's just a con artist. Even Mimi said it. He is a con artist. So she needs, just like with the person who gonna buy them. She ain't got nothing to actually give you.
Yeah. It's a mess. I'm telling
It's
you.
a flat out mess, and it's just janky. It's nothing but a con artist scheme. Then them two gonna be the next Bonnie and Clyde, just escaping, trying to make sure that they can actually con some more people.
She by homeless.
Oh man, it's going.
I told you my joggers line, my active wear line gonna be out before hers.
Love and some good deed will have you doing all kinds of crazy foolishness. I hope that man don't take advantage of well, who knows? I mean, I would imagine he's gonna D her down, just coming out of prison and stuff, and the halfway house, that's all they want to do, when you're in those places. So I would imagine
backed up.
Yeah, backed up big time, like a horse. It's gonna be, on. I don't know, child. It's just
you heard the world's greatest entertainers say he either gonna bust it or he gonna bust it.
Right?
Ooh.
Listen, okay, it's gonna be a
He
mess.
gonna tear it up.
He gonna be having poor Sheree, running in circles and stuff. Listen, I just hope that man don't take advantage of Sheree. I hope he's reformed. I hope the prison system did what they're supposed to do and reformed him.
Monica, he went to federal prison. That's the best prison to go to. That's where everybody do the good crimes at.
Well, it depends though. Is it low security, high security? Because a high security federal prison is not nice. It's not nice.
Oh yeah, he probably had low security.
I would hope so, because it was white collar crime. It wasn't. Yeah. Child, it's a mess. I just hope Sheree is careful with her money, child, because
What money? Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait. What money do she have? She ain't probably got nothing.
She barely got gas money, y'all. Come on now. She can't even buy no toner.
She got something. I mean, she's maintaining that house.
She's on a fixed income, just like somebody's granny.
You think so? You don't think she paid for a gardener and a maid and all that stuff and house?
What maid?
Okay.
She ain't never had no maid. Even with Bob money, she ain't had no maid now.
Oh Lord, y'all don't like Sheree?
I love her. I like her as a person. I don't see what value she adds to the show at this point in her life. The who gonna check me boo days are gone. Because who gonna check me boo was probably one of my top 10 housewives moments ever.
Yeah,
baby, her and that party planner was going toe to toe. I didn't even know how they got there. I'm like, well, how did this go from 0 to 100 like this? Oh, it was classic.
Oh yeah, that was Sheree back in the day. I can't front. She was doing her thing. Listen, I don't know, man. This situation don't feel right. It doesn't sound right. But listen, I mean, all the best to her. If she's in love and she feel this is the right man for her and he's digging her down, Sheree, listen, may the force be with you, honey. May the force be with you.
She in the type of love that Keisha Cole was talking about.
I don't want no shit like that. Excuse me.
Yeah, honey, she better be checking her bank statement because that man.
I don't want no parts of it. No.
When she finds out Tyrone ain't got that money, she gonna call the police on him and get him out of her house. She gonna get him away from her. I predict they're not gonna get married. He's a con artist. She's a con artist. He done put something in front of her eyes, thinking he gonna come out with gold. Like I said, he gonna be with her a couple of weeks, and he gonna start disappearing, trying to run her house. And guess what? She not gonna like that. And she gonna call the police and have him removed. And he gonna be on paper when he come home. So,
but you remember when Annie said, "Is he gonna change the name of the house to Chateau Tyrone?" See, Andy knew something then.
Andy messy ass, because he want that shit on the show too, so he can talk about it. Messy ass, and I'm here for it.
I want to see who gonna lose their house first, her or Kenya.
Right.
I mean, you never know, because just like I said, honey, we just hope that he don't take all the little 10 cents she got, because she ain't got that much, especially because I don't know if them braids are actually braids or they just a wig that she just threw on to make it look good.
I know Drew Zadora need to go somewhere with that Say My Name, Beyonce old Destiny's Child wig she had on down there at the trial. She need to do better too.
Oh, after the dungeon, Drew Fedora hair look good, honey. After the
That
dungeon.
blonde, I'm sorry, baby, it ain't working. Wrong complexion.
Are you saying Bolo gave her some throat babies and her hair got better?
Hey, man.
He could have.
Y'all can't talk about her no more.
He wasn't
Her
giving
makeup
no
look
throw baby.
good.
He was giving them back shots, though. Them back shots to get your mind right. Allegedly.
I mean, he could have put some white cream to mix in her hair to make her hair lighter.
Oh no, Drew Fedora hair looked good after she came back from South Carolina. I don't know if it was the water.
Did you hear what she said on What Happens Live? She said you can disappear to Tampa, and he got quiet and he never asked her
again. Crickets after that.
Yeah, did we find out who was in Tampa yet?
Well, she said it doesn't matter anymore because she said what happened in South Carolina, so they even.
Oh, she got her back blown out. Okay, cool.
And guess what? Let me tell y'all something. And when she got a taste of what she got in South Carolina, whatever it was, she not gonna lose that taste because guess what? She lived right around the corner from Portia.
Tell Portia to call me. Shoot, Dennis wasn't up in that right. He wouldn't have.
All I'm saying is next morning, everybody look relieved. Everybody look relieved. I don't know if they
except Kenya.
Except Kenya, she
The
was
next day they was
as usual.
catching sharks. They was catching sharks the next day. They was just excited. I'd have been scared.
Kenya looked very backed up. Everybody was just relieved and feeling good and just felt like they own the world. I'm surprised nobody would start doing cartwheels or being like they could just start climbing mountains from how good they feel.
Marlo was out there glowing. I said, "Oh, okay, everybody glowing. What's going on? Look at go."
Kenya looked constipated still.
Yeah, she looked exactly constipated. Like she ain't just been to the bathroom a very long
You
time.
saw it all in her face, the way she was breaking out. You could tell she hasn't unloaded in a while. All right, y'all.
She killed that Sharon Stone, though. Gotta give it to her on that. That was the best professional look I've seen in a while.
Look, she looked the disaster on the show. Whatever.
No,
Let
she
it go,
didn't.
Players. Yes, she did with her hair all over the place. Now everybody know Kenya was my first crush when I was a little kid. But I'm sorry, her hair was all over the place on that whole trip. I was like, is any of her friends gonna tap on the shoulder?
Trip. I said in the confessional.
Yeah, I know you're gonna find some nice way to put Kenya.
Oh, because she did. She slayed that. I didn't say anything about the trip. I have always said that Kenya would not be my friend in real life, and she would not be on my bachelorette party. Y'all know y'all already heard my story on discretion. Half of them wouldn't have been on the trip because too many of them was talking. If you want to be clear about it, but she was the ringleader.
Latoya was talking too.
Yeah, why people talk so much?
Because I would have hit everybody and left.
Well, schoolboy, what you saying? What you saying now? We'd have tag team.
I'll tell you right now, I want me some Portia. We can do
No,
something.
we might have to fight over that, school.
I don't think neither one of y'all need to fight. She went in the night saying that somebody was going to eat her out.
Yeah, she did say that. I'm joking.
All you schoolboy, it seems like the recipe is bring you some Hennessy and you can get some.
Yep.
Okay, because you know she gave if Dennis had a chance, it's good for everybody.
No, I'm offended. Please don't talk about the Hennessy now. That's my baby.
Oh my
God.
God.
Talk about
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the other people. We know your Hennessy is for your man.
Yes,
it's equal opportunity Hennessy.
Yeah, with Portia, you need
last
Hennessy.
night, if I would have been for the girls last night, Bolo would have had to go home. I would say, I got this, Bolo. Look, you see how Bolo was doing?
I'm just,
Marcella.
he had those sweaty balls and all. Well, I
He
hope
is.
he took a
Oh,
shower.
I was not turned on in the least. I was actually turned off by him. And like I said earlier on the recap, I know they tested him for COVID, but did they test for other STDs?
Yeah.
Because you can't be putting that thing up and peeking them women's faces and stuff, and it's dripping all kinds of juices, and it got herpes and stuff. You gotta test for everything.
Are you saying he pulling the Usher?
Well, no, that's not what I'm just saying. No, did they test for other STDs? That's what I would want to know.
I'll just ask a question.
If you're gonna be putting that thing up in between here and there and all over the place now,
and then I was concerned about the mononucleosis. Everybody just
child.
the juices was flowing up in there.
Ooh.
You know what? I made a joke about that earlier. I was like, honey, all thing I need to know is where did y'all do it? How many people was it? Because if I go in that room and sit on that bed, I do not will be sitting in a pond of y'all liquids. That's all I would say. I don't want to be doing none of that.
Deidre said
somebody did say they got COVID like that.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. Deidre said Kenya would be my best friend. She worked it and I think she's being painted as a villain. She worked it. Wasn't she?
She worked her no booty on that nasty flow. That's all she worked.
Them kneecaps.
She worked them stairs coming up and down. She worked them ears. Listening.
I just want to know why the baby suffered 45 minutes while you stood
there. That's a good question.
I know you wasn't just standing there not. Let me shut up. That's an After Dark episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, y'all. The greatest entertainer. Thank you so much. You know, we love you and you always deliver. You definitely entertain us.
Love y'all.
All right. Respect, man.
Bye. Oh my goodness. Y'all are something else, man. The chat was on fire tonight. I can't wait to read these comments.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right. Let's wrap things up. Please, my love, where can they find you?
Hey, you can find me at Instagram on scared_of_beautiful and on YouTube at Scared of Beautiful, just spaces, no period.
All right now. She's putting out great content over there. Please go follow this sister. You're welcome. Schoolboy, where can they find you?
On YouTube at school_boy, on Twitter at school_boy, and on Instagram at school_boy 2021.
Okay, and Bishop, where can they find you?
You can find me here on YouTube at The Bishop, and you can also find me on IG and Twitter at Bishop Red Pill.
Okay, and Marcella, my love, where can they find you?
You can find me on my Facebook page, All the Real Housewives Discussion, and you can also subscribe to Speak with Your Girl Marcella because that's on my YouTube. So once I get those 1,000 followers, I'm going to be down and dirty and really tell y'all what I think. Speak with Your Girl Marcella. Subscribe.
You hold back on here? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no! When we get after dark, I don't be holding back. I be crushing aspirin over here.
I was about to say, good God, what more can you give? Okay. Symphony Love says, Monica, can you please talk about the Ohio mother who got arrested for leaving her kids in the hotel to go work? Apparently, the baby daddy called the police on her, and now she got a GoFundMe. I think it's at $150K. Yeah, we can get into that. Maybe that'll be like an after party topic, or we can definitely get into it for sure. Yeah. I felt so bad for her, and I wanted to know where I could donate because I want to give her some money. It's rough out there as a single parent, and she's just trying to make a way. Was that a smart decision? Absolutely not. But sometimes when you're in survival mode, you make bad decisions. I just felt bad for her, but I'm glad people are not crucifying her too much and they're helping her. Do y'all want to comment on it now? Maybe we can, if you feel like it.
Well, you know what? I'm mad about the boyfriend or the husband, baby daddy called on her. Why wasn't he over there watching the kids while she was at work? Because he evidently knew the kids were by themselves. I hope they give her kids back, help her get a place to stay, and find out where I can send her some money on Cash App. I certainly will help. But I don't know why she need $100,000 because they would give her a free lawyer in the court.
Yeah. Anybody else want to comment on it?
I just need to hear more about the story, honestly.
Yeah, I should
to see why was it in that situation in the first place.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We can come back. We can put a pin on it. But Symphony Love, we will definitely address it. It's a great story. And y'all can find me here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this platform. Teacups, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Whether or not you agree with us or not, we do appreciate you tuning in and participating. We love you all. Mods, thank you so much for holding down the chat. Everyone that sent in a super chat tonight or a cash app, thank you so much for helping us keep the lights on. I want y'all to stay safe out there and be blessed, okay? See y'all tomorrow. We'll be back here, same time, same place. Bye, y'all. Bye.